Now though, back again with another pre-match prediction, and I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I know we've not been in the greatest run of form. There's a bit of nervousness going into this game. Even when we won in midweek, it wasn't completely convincing. No, the second half was probably one of our better performances this season, but the first half was a bit of a worrying showing. If we start that slow again today, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So, in terms of prediction, I'm not going to go for a win. I think United will score goals today, but I think they will also. I'm going to go for a score draw, and I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw today.
Hi, Solo 7 from the Man United Agenda, and we are on our way to watch a game at Old Trafford today. Man United versus Liverpool, one of the biggest games in British football, and I would say probably one of the biggest games in the world. My score prediction today is, if I go off my head and my heart, I'm going to say 2-1 Man United. I can't see Man United keeping a clean sheet. We always concede a sloppy goal. It may not be from set piece, but it seems like about, say, roughly 18-yard box, so 25 yards out. Mo Salah might get the goal today, but I'm confident Cristiano Ronaldo and I'm confident of Rashford will get behind Liverpool today to score a goal. So Man United to win 2-1. It'll be a tough game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is under a lot of pressure at Man United at the moment. But I think when it comes to the big games, he always stand up and be counted. So Ole's at the wheel, and my score prediction, as I said earlier, will be Man United 2. Very confident 2-1 win today. And let's move up this league and let's get one of our arch rivalry, because we cannot lose to Liverpool today. So thank you.
I'm Narlene here to give you my prediction for the Manchester United versus Liverpool game. Now, everyone's high on Liverpool at the moment. Mo Salah is being spoken about as the best player in the world. You got Firmino scoring hat-tricks. Things are getting out of hand, but we've got to put an end to their unbeaten record from this season. In order to do that, you have to have a good performance from start to finish, not just in the second half. Now, Marcus Rashford is going to be our most important player with them runs in from behind. And then I want to see Sancho on the right. Ronaldo's going to start up front, but I would like to see Cavani come on at some point. Now, you got to try to put Pogba in here somewhere. So if Bruno is injured, Pogba could be starting in that number 10 position, and that way you can have your trusty Freddie McTominay in midfield. Regardless of our poor run of form, you have to have a good showing against the Scousers, so I'm predicting a 3-1 win to Man United.
Jay, my prediction for today is, I think despite all the doom and gloom, despite the Scousers absolutely flying, I think we'll do them. I'm going to go with Manchester United 3, Liverpool 2, and I'm going to go for a Mason Greenwood hat-trick. Why not? Starboys will win it for us. Come on, bring it on.
It's match day, and to be honest, I should feel nervous, but I really don't. And I mean, a lot of people slag him off, but the reason I don't feel nervous is because of Ollie. I think that against the big teams, he knows what to do. I know we've had a bit of a weird run of form recently where we've not been playing great. We've got some results maybe that we didn't deserve, and we've also lost games. But this game, I just got a feeling that he's going to pull it out of the bag and smash it. So I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, no chance. I think Liverpool will probably get 2 goals against us, but I think if we're, top form, if Rashford's back to his full potential, we can get a few goals. So I'm going to say 3-2 United. I know it's very optimistic, but let's just say 3-2 and let's just hope everyone has a good time.
Right then, on my way to Old Trafford. Just got a little helper with me in the car. She's on her way down to go and be with me man while I'm off the way to the game. Blake, what do we say? We say up the Paddock, so shut it. Right, Manchester United against Liverpool, the biggest game in English football. We are looking at Manchester United really needing to win this game for everything else that's going on around us at the moment. It would be a brilliant 3 points if we manage to get it. Initially, I'm thinking this is going to be a struggle. Initially, I'm thinking you have to win them home games. I probably would take a draw today, though, in all honesty. I would do. I mean, Chelsea managed to get a draw at Anfield. That should have really been on Liverpool to pick that one up. Chelsea will come away with that thinking it's a good result. Liverpool should really think they can come and beat us here today, because I look at our defence and I think you can beat us today. They'll go away thinking, do you know what, in the circumstances, a draw is not a terrible result. And I think United fans will probably say that as well. 2-2 is what I've felt all week, and I don't know why. I think they'll score, I think we'll score, I'd love to see Ollie change this up and go with a back three. Show United have got that tactical flexibility that we didn't really seem to show a hell of a lot of last season, but we did show a lot of it the season before. I think we could shock people today. De Gea's in good shot-stopping form, if not good distribution form. We are due a good performance. Today would be the perfect time to get one, couldn't it? Up the fucking Reds, let's go.
Hello, welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Watchalong, the big one, Manchester United versus Liverpool FC.
Doesn't get bigger, they say.
Doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm joined, speaking of it doesn't get bigger, I'm joined by Joe McGrath. That was just...
That's awful.
Wow, it's been horrible all day to him today.
Well, you might as well just piss on me.
No, I meant as in...
No, don't piss on me.
The gravity, the size of the occasion, that we've got a big player. That was
big
the fact,
personality, ready to take on this game.
People
Let's
near
have
the
it.
TV in the background.
What are you on about?
Well, is that audio for that thing? People can hear it.
So audio. Everyone's going audio. Cam, whatever you do, Cam, don't rush.
Yeah, don't
it's like
fucking
it's your
rush, will
fucking job.
Mute it. I don't know how that's possible. We can't know that.
We can't hear anything.
We
We are going to get a copyright strike, so cheers for that one. Thank you. Joe McGrath.
Yeah, great to be here.
Is that muted? Is that better, guys? Should be better.
Is
now.
that better, guys? Can you hear me?
Doesn't get bigger than Joe McGrath.
Joe to repeat the
intro?
insult.
Doesn't get bigger than Joe McGrath. Joe McGrath's here today.
Oh, he did.
How you doing?
I'm just give over it.
It's not an insult.
Very good. I'm 4 weeks into having no booze, and it's really affecting me.
Is it?
I could really
Does that
do
mean
drink.
that they're going to be able to hear any audio that comes through that computer? We don't really
That's
know what's...
It's worrying.
Some people said so.
Oh, is it because you put before you had the display as its own output, didn't you? Have you still got that? But the audio is playing, but the visual isn't.
Fixed. Everyone's saying it's fixed.
It's fixed
It's
now,
fixed.
but if he plays any video in the background, they're going to be able to hear it. Make sure
Yeah.
the display isn't an output. Anyway, I'm also joined by Alex Bagley. How are you doing, mate?
Alex!
I'm good. Bit nervous ahead of today.
I'm very nervous ahead of
Could
today.
go. All right.
Yeah, nerves.
Someone said it's sorted, but we can still hear Joe, though. Bit of a
Which
diss.
one?
Bit of a
Yeah,
diss.
nerves are a good thing, though, aren't they?
No.
Yeah, they are. You got to get, hopefully by the end of it, all the nerves were worth it. Unless we get beat, then they weren't.
How are you feeling, Alex?
We've said that. Nervous. We've done this bit, haven't
I
we?
know, but how are you feeling
He's
about
trying
the
to-
day
he's trying to get
ahead?
them all out, yeah.
How
How
about
fucking-
you fuck off and come back when you've changed
Sorry,
your
the
attitude?
reason
Oi!
is I'm a bit.
In
little bit
fighting
hungover.
doesn't... Considering
Little bit
the
hungover.
Scousers are winning
hungover.
already here.
A little bit hungover.
Yeah, this is what they
This
want,
is what they
Alex.
wanted.
What they want.
They want us to fall out.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Me, I'm...
About the day ahead.
Well, I
The
mean,
day
yourself.
ahead. In myself, I'm feeling okay. I mentioned, I'm doing all right, 4 weeks sober. I don't have a problem, just doing Stoptober. It sounds like I needed a
So
round.
that's
of
the
applause.
English version.
Ah, right.
Why, what's the
Not
American
not
version?
sober
October.
Oh, Stoptober. Oh, is it? So, but if this game is often always bigged up. Whenever I was a kid growing up in football, this was bigged up as like Sky would take a full week out.
Yeah.
Wanted to build up to
Like
this
some
game.
sort of royal death had happened.
Yeah, it'd be so weird.
On all channels for a week, it's United Liverpool.
I think because of our what's current form and necessarily Liverpool's current form, we go into this as underdogs in a weirdly way. We're playing at Old Trafford though, so that gives us a bit of an edge. Although we've not been amazing at Old Trafford recently, there's clashes. Sometimes the hype around Liverpool United is often built up and built up and built up, and it always just feels like it's just okay. In the Fergie stages of like the start of the 10s. When Torres was playing, no, he didn't. He left, didn't he? Around about the 2012. Those games were epic. But since then, we've only had a couple of really memorable ones for me. Being a fan. Wanfield was one when
Yeah,
obviously
which is
we
why
beat
I've
them.
got the Spain tracksuit on today in honour of Mata and Wanfield.
So all I'm saying is, be ready for a more gritty game. I think. I don't know if we're going to see end-to-end chaos like we did. The Atlanta game was end-to-end like madness.
Yeah,
it was a great game. Will we see a bit more? Something happening today, a bit more tactics in play. Will Klopp just go for it and try and pick apart our weaknesses? Will we just try and just go all out attack and see if they score 4, we score 5 kind of game? So bring it on. I'm excited. I'm excited.
What are you expecting to see today, Alex? Not in terms of a result, but just what kind of game, what kind of...
I think United have to come out pressing and actually go at Liverpool a little bit. But they're very good at the minute. I think for me, it's the first goal is crucial because I think if they come out and score in the first 5-10 minutes, it's going to be a long day for United. But if we can get a goal relatively early on, I think we've got a good chance.
Here we
We've
go.
got the team out for Manchester United. David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof and Shaw.
Okay.
I should expect that back five. Then you've got McTominay and Fred as you sort of holding two. You've got Mason Greenwood on the right, Bruno Fernandes in the centre, Marcus Rashford on the left-hand side, and Cristiano Ronaldo up front. I believe that's unchanged from the Atlanta game.
That's unchanged from Atlanta. And considering they sort of dominated the first half Atlanta, and then we needed to make some changes like Cavani coming on and moving one of Fred and McTominay out. That's a bit of a worry.
Aren't you?
That's
I like
you
that
should be able
lineup.
to use the graphic from
Why
the
do you
other
like
day,
that
Cam, 'cause I
lineup?
believe
I like
it's
that lineup.
unchanged.
Well, the lineup literally got beat 2-0.
No,
Well, we
it's
get beat
good.
2-0 at
Because
half
I think we have to have Fred and McTominay playing. There is no way we even have a chance today if we'd have played Nemanja Matic in midfield. They'd have just ran through us.
Let's go through that team again, just in case anyone missed that. It is David De Gea in goal. Then you've got Victor Lindelof and Maguire as your centre-backs. Wan-Bissaka on the right, Luke Shaw on the left. Midfield two of McTominay and Fred. Ahead of them is Bruno Fernandes in the 10. Left-hand side, Marcus Rashford. Right-hand side, Mason Greenwood. Cristiano Ronaldo up front. People saying Mason again, for fuck's sake. He scored against Leicester. He scored 4 goals this season.
Go on.
I'm not annoyed that he's playing because he's a tremendous player, but I kind of think that maybe that was the change that needed to be made. I think that, I thought Pogba might start. I had him in my team to start with Rashford and Ronaldo still starting. I also had a sneaky feeling that Jesse Lingard might have made an appearance today just for his energy, just for the pressing, just to try and combat Liverpool a little bit. But look, Mason's scored a lot of good goals this year. He's going to need to do it again. But I think that the one thing he needs to do better is work back, because that's where we've kind of missed out a little bit. And just, Liverpool are going to get a lot of joy with Robertson. That's what they like to do. They like having Trent out there as well on the other side. So Rashford and Mason need to work back as much as they need to get some goals for today.
Yeah, it's
that Liverpool team?
It's a nerve-wracking one. I'll get the Liverpool team up in just a second.
That's the spooky thing, isn't it? About what we're going to go up against, and will our positions be countered by players that are just more comfortable in where they are? I know we talk about our attacking lineup, and it does change so often, but it's because obviously we've got quite a lot of firepower in what we can do.
So do you want me to go through a Liverpool team?
Yeah, if you've got it.
So we've got Alisson in goal, Trent, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson.
Wow.
Henderson, Milner and Keita in midfield. Then Jota, Salah and Firmino, no Mane starting for Liverpool today.
Now,
Konate's not started a lot of games. They usually start with Matip in there.
Bit of an older midfield as well.
Is he unfit, Matip? He's on the bench?
Matip's on the bench Matip's on the bench, as is Gomez as well. So they've gone for Konate, but maybe is that a bit of pace to add to that right-hand side to go a bit in behind Trent, maybe combat Rashford being in there. That's the only thing I can think of, because I don't think he's played too many. Fabinho missing out's a big one, though. That's a big one for us. I think Fabinho's a very, very good player. So having Henderson and Milner in there is definitely a weaker midfield. But let's see.
Can I just say something I'm fucking sick of, by the way? Can you just cut to my camera, please, Cam? Do you know on Twitter, when United released the team news for people to see, that United, who have got 27.9 million followers, by the way, and this is how they do it. They go, team news, presenting your team, let's go, Reds. Click on the app. It don't fucking load on my laptop. Why are you putting out shit that doesn't load just so you go on the app? It's not because of the laptop. I'm on latest edition or whatever. Does my head in that?
Do a single on me.
And to literally the point where people underneath have to put the team out in a graphic.
Put
the team out
properly.
Right.
Listen here, you dicks. You upset him before the game starts. He only gets upset during the game.
I know.
For you to upset him pre-game, dicks.
Here's the thing. Just follow us instead.
Follow us. We're 2 minutes behind, but
we'll be a little bit further behind. But do it.
Are we all excited though?
Very.
Very excited, Joe?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Some good news in that. I think having Fred fit is massive. I think he had a good game on Wednesday night, and I think he's going to need another one today.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to be available because he seemed to be injured. Bruno, that was very much Fergie textbook. Here you go. Yeah, he's injured. He might not play. Of course, he was going to play.
Yeah.
But seeing no Mane, no Fabinho, and no Matip should be a big thing for Man United. Seeing Liverpool's lineup today.
Got to combat, obviously, Salah being as good as he is, and there's a lot of attention on him at the minute. Times like this, I miss the sort of Hernandez vibes. Do you know, where you could get someone and pocket them? Very good with
Herrera, you mean?
Yeah, who did I say?
Hernandez. Javier Hernandez.
Sorry, not Hernandez.
No,
Herrera.
yeah, I agree.
Herrera. Sorry, fart that. Brain fart. So he could just pocket them. Remember we doing it against Hazard and just absolutely just isolating him, being on his back foot, get him in his pocket, and then just the attention was on these big players in those games, and he was able to just to isolate them and make their mark in the game very minimal. And I don't know if we've got that in the locker, if Fred can do that today, or even if they're asked about doing something like that today. But especially when the pressure is on, Salah's got this mantle now of being currently the best player in the world. That's what a lot of people are calling him. So every game he wants to step up and prove that he is, because he's that kind of footballer. If we can do something today to upset him or just stop his flow of momentum, that could be nice. I don't know if they've worked on that, but I would like to see that. Someone just nibbling at him from the off, and someone let him know they're there, which is a classic like Roy Keane kind of statement. Let them know you're there early. But I think we definitely need that, because they are incredible at pushing forward. Let's try and break up that play and cause them problems instead of just letting them attack us, and let's hope we can defend it.
No Martial on the bench for United again. He did train this week. I think there was rumours he could have got back into the team, but I think he's only just
get
got
some
back
breaking
in
news here. Yeah, it's because he's shit.
Oh, it's needed for that.
Bit of a laugh there.
We'll come to Mo Salah in a minute, but United's bench, you can see there, Dalot, Henderson, Matic, Cavani, Sancho, Lingard, Pogba, Bailly, Van der Beek. Strong bench, no real obvious exclusions there. Unless I'm missing anyone, that's pretty much a full-strength bench. Martial's the one.
Still not.
Yeah, Varane's still not fit. Mo Salah, by the way, let's talk about him for a minute.
Yeah.
4 goals in 8 games against United. Decent record, not outstanding, not one that we can be particularly proud of either. How worried are you about him? Is he Liverpool's main threat? Because obviously he's been their best player, but I think they've got other areas as well. Jota's been quite good.
He has, but I think that's their main thing. Apart from, look, we're dreadful at set pieces, and I think that when they've got Trent and they've got Robertson, who can put decent crosses in, decent corners in, and they've got the likes of Van Dijk, who's very good in the air, I worry a little bit for that. That's probably, apart from Salah in open play, I think that set pieces and stuff is going to be massive for United today. We were poor on Wednesday night again.
If any time for this set piece guy to step up, it's this week, isn't it?
It's mad. I think we've got worse since he's been there.
It's wild. He owes him a favour or something, doesn't he? Because didn't you say they go into the same uni as our
same uni as Kieran McKenna? They met at Loughborough University.
He's got something over him, clearly. They must have done something at uni.
He's got some dodgy video about it.
Like
he must have had some kind of some reason to hire him. It's not just a random thing, just get him in. He must have
what reason is it?
I don't know.
John McCauley says, can't believe this lineup. I mean, I may have made a couple of changes, but surely it's roughly what we thought it was going to be.
I don't know how.
I think he's saying, can't believe this lineup because of how poor we were first half against Atlanta. Right. Let's not forget, we were 2-0 down, and Ollie had to make some changes. Cavani came on quite early.
We'd scored one, or at least we definitely scored one before Cavani. We definitely better.
We had to change the midfield. If you remember, Pogba came on as well.
Not until we scored one first. We looked better.
Sure?
Yeah, they played 15 minutes. I guarantee you. At least 15, 20 minutes.
Someone get on that.
I think this team is as... I'd like to see Paul Pogba in there, but it's where you fit him in midfield. Look, people are asking for Matic and Pogba in midfield. Yeah. It's no good. It's rubbish when we play them in midfield. Yeah. And especially against Liverpool, who are just going to outwork us today in there. They've not got 10 times more quality with us in there. I'm not sure about Keita. They've got Henderson and Milner in there as well. Mm-hmm. You've just got to outwork them. I think Fred and McTominay can do that. The big thing for me is you've seen Bruno on the other night going so high up. He has to help out and come back.
He's got to.
He has to come back a little bit because that's going to... They need to do it. And then Rashford and Mason need to work out.
I think he will. I think Bruno is sort of forced into doing a bit more.
Yeah, I think that was the case. Bruno had a bit of a sloppy game, didn't he, on midweek? And there was a slight bit of pressure building up to the game. We mentioned it before, and I don't know if he did himself justice too much at Atlanta's game, although he was always sort of in the mix of the goals.
It was one of them where he apparently made like 9 chances, but he gave the ball away a fair bit as well.
He was woeful in the first half, but then had a club record for how many chances he made
in the second half.
And then he has 2 assists.
That kind of sums Bruno up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's someone in charge of these club
chances
records.
so much. Club records.
Is it his job? Fucking hell, he's doing well.
Jesus Christ, like scratching it out, repainting it with a fountain pen. Let's go through Liverpool's team again for anyone who missed that. It's Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson. Excuse me, then we've got Henderson, Milner and Keita as the midfield 3. And then it's Salah, Jota and Firmino, Mane only on the bench. I'll go through the bench as well. Adrian, Mane, Gomez, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jones, Curtis Jones, I believe, Minamino. Is he still there? I thought he went on loan. Thought they were trying to get rid of him. Tsimikas, Origi and Matip.
Matip. I don't know if there's a sort of slight nod from Klopp thinking he can beat us with a team like that. And you talk about Mane being on the bench, but you also might look at our bench and think, well, you know, if there's a way of in the second half if things are still tight and we can bring on such an amount of players like Sancho and Cavani, he might want to fight fire with fire in a way. So holding someone back like a Mane, speed, pacey, you know, can work well with the others. And just seeing if the attacking lineup of Salah and Firmino can break down our defence without him. And then in the second half, if things are still like a 1-1 or a 2-2, and we both try and make attacking changes, he has got something in the bank where he goes, right, fuck it, let's get Mane on now. And let's
We've got a little bit of that as well with Pogba,
that's
Sancho.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I
Yeah.
think he's thinking United have got it. Maybe we should look after it.
If any United fans are watching this, thinking, how come United, fans always have a go at the lineup on social media, no matter what it is, and you think, is it because we're not playing very well? On Liverpool's post here for their lineup, the comments are like, "Sigh, we wanted Mane. Why drop Mane? He's in the form of his life.
Form of his life.
We will, yeah, exactly. Don't play me like this. Why bench Mane? We are screwed. Oh my god!" Like,
it's not just us.
It's
then.
not just United
it's not just
fans.
Us then.
It's every football fan.
Why does that?
Because people know better than professionals.
Yeah,
that's why it is.
It's just, everyone just loves them.
And if anyone asks today as well,
people like Mona.
Donny van der Beek's going to come on and change the game, he's not.
Probably
he's not going to play today.
He might do.
He's not. He's not going to play.
We only get 3 subs.
He's not going to come on. You've got. If we need someone to come on, Paul Pogba's coming on. Jesse Lingard's coming on. Cavani might come on. Sancho might come on. Then
Paul
it's Donny
Pogba's
van
coming
der
on.
Beek.
But it's classic, like, you know, what do United fans talk about? What do we all talk about day to day? Oh, the weather. It's like Donny van der Beek's our version of the weather, isn't it? You've just got to always ask about it.
Yeah. Why isn't he coming on? Well, he's not, is he?
Pissing down.
Yeah. People talking about Mason on that right hand side. I think, and as a lot of people are pointing out, he just has that finishing ability, doesn't he? And also, as much as the concept of Sancho and the future of Sancho would probably make more sense in that position, what we've actually had from Sancho so far and what we've actually had from Mason so far, Mason has been better this season. He's got 4 goals. He looks sharper. He looks more likely to do something, I think. Sancho's coming into his game and he's getting better, and I'm not concerned. But if you're picking one of those 2 players to potentially win you a very difficult game, currently you would have to pick Mason Greenwood, wouldn't you, Joe?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I get where people are coming from in terms of what you just said. There is Sancho is building into his play. Yeah. I think people what they're thinking is if Sancho builds into a play we know he can be, he's better than Greenwood on the right. So I think that's what people are assuming, that if today for some reason is the day Sancho announced himself as a Man United great by creating chances and assisting, then he will be better than Greenwood on the right hand side. Yeah. But on current form, that isn't the case, and Sancho still has to prove to us that he can be on the right, better than anyone. And I think that day will honestly come because he is a class player, but it's finding that footing and just getting that little clink when it all just fits into place. So right now, in form, a guy who can just score goals, he can attack players, he can bring the ball into the box so well, he can get those shots away, those powerful shots that I love to see when he cuts in, bang, it's like, yeah, this is the football I want to watch. Get Greenwood on the side there, but let's not forget that Sancho off the bench number is one to he's just scared of defenders. Having 60 minutes against Greenwood and going, fucking hell, Sancho's coming on. You're knackered, you're at Old Trafford. It could be a nice little bit of firepower that we can have.
Mm-hmm. What do you reckon?
I think so as well. I think, look, Sancho's obviously not the best of starts, but the team hasn't had the best of starts. Mm-hmm. And I think that Rashford being on the left-hand side has meant that, that's where Sancho's going to get his chances. I think as well, the start of the season, you had to play Paul Pogba for the first few games. He had 7 assists in his first 4 games or something like that. Ridiculous. Mason scored in his first 3. You're not dropping Bruno Fernandes, who scored a hat-trick on the first day of the season and continues to score goals and get assists. And you aren't dropping Cristiano Ronaldo. So at the moment, it's very tough for him to get in that team. You've got Marcus Rashford who's come back and has shown straight away. And this is the whole thing about, they talk about Donny van der Beek. Everyone says he doesn't get enough time on the pitch. Marcus Rashford had half an hour against Leicester, having been out for 5 months, and scores. Yeah. Like, he comes on and makes an impact
through
straight
a
away.
second time in that
and then
game
has
as well.
done it again in midweek and has played an hour and done better again. He's only had a few chances and he's already gone, now you're probably one of the first names in the team sheet again.
Yeah. He likes
That's what
Liverpool,
you need to do.
doesn't he? He likes Liverpool. Hopefully we can get that back again. A Rashford against Liverpool. Prime Rashford
Lindelof
against
over
Liverpool.
the top.
Yeah.
Bang.
Zachary Purvis with a super chat. Mason isn't creative enough on the wing to play in this team. Marcus and Bruno are our only creative players for the biggest game of the year, for fuck's sake. Sort of the counter argument to what we've been saying there.
You kind of look at Liverpool today. Liverpool have started a midfield of James Milner, Henderson and Keita, who is really poor, Where are their creative players? Where's they've got their front three. Firmino, who plays more defensively, a defensive striker apparently.
Yeah.
Their attacking threats are from fullbacks. I don't get this. I get this. You have to have some defensive balance in this. You can't throw everybody out there. You look at what Paris Saint-Germain are doing when they've got their front three at the minute. They have to play relatively 3 defensive midfielders just to be able to balance that. If you want to play with Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Marcus Rashford, and whether it's Mason or Sancho or Pogba, you have to have a Fred McTominay behind them. You have to have some kind of defensive balance to all of this.
Yeah, I agree with that. People saying, how does Ollie stop? This is MJ420. How does Ollie stop Sancho from scoring and getting the assist? Sancho is making the wrong decisions when he's on the ball. I like Sancho, but at the moment he hasn't done anything worth dropping Greenwood for. I think I kind of agree with that. Like the thing is, you're not just. I know, Mason isn't. You don't start on the team sheet and then work your way off it. But he's got 4 goals this season. What reason do we have to not play him? I don't see one personally. I understand it. I wouldn't be mad if Sancho was playing. I predicted that Sancho would play because I thought Ollie might go for that more creative player.
Yeah.
But I understand why we've gone with Greenwood personally.
Yeah. I of all the players that I'd like to see on a pitch, it wasn't necessarily Greenwood that Greenwood and Sancho thing. I think Paul Pogba. I know he is a sort of player where you don't know if you're going to get hot or cold with him sometimes. I just like his presence in that midfield, his bit of determination, his grit. There's something about him in a big game like today, when not necessarily might not needed him midweek, but he did sort of change the flow of Manchester United's attack, especially in the second half.
Yeah.
Just being that guy who was always there. If you were in a bit of a situation, he was there. Big, powerful man who could take the ball and look up for other opportunities. Fred McTominay, I know what they do and they know what their purpose is for United. Sometimes when it's that drive forward that we need, I often think they lack a bit of confidence to do a Paul Pogba or Bruno Fernandes.
Well, they haven't got that creative side.
They haven't got it. And I don't know, there's something about him today in this game. I hope he would want to play as well, Paul Pogba. I hope he's thinking, I want to get on this pitch, because if his time does come, I want him to make an impact, because obviously Souness as well, it'd be good if he fucking shuts him up for a bit.
Talking about Paul Pogba, Alex.
Yeah, 1 second. That's the.
From
What's up, mate?
else-
Okay, what's going on?
Cam knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
From everything
does
I've
he
seen on social media, in the comments, generally speaking, over the last
Pub
12
toilets.
months, pub toilet walls, wherever,
toilets.
over the last 12 months, when Fred and McTominay play together, they get bollocked in the comments. And yet, I've seen almost nothing that is anti-McFred today, which is very surprising. Do you think that's because we've kind of tried Pogba, we've kind of tried Matic, we've kind of tried Matic and Pogba and Fred, Pogba and McTominay. Like, we've kind of got to the point where, as much as we don't want to accept it, we kind of have to accept, especially in the big games, McTominay and Fred is our best bet.
I think Carragher kind of summed it. I think McCullough was asking them about and talking about midfield with Carragher and that overlap the other week, and said, Carragher went, look, I get what you mean about Matic and Pogba, or McTominay and Pogba, or trying those things, or trying Fred on his own, or whatever you want to do. But every time he goes away from that, and especially this season, the Villarreal game when it was McTominay and Pogba, we were woeful.
Yeah.
The Leicester game where Matic had a very, very good game, but we looked all over the place. No one knew where they wanted to go.
Yeah.
Now, look, you said the first half against Atalanta wasn't great on Wednesday night, but it looked like they knew what they were doing.
It wasn't McTominay and Fred getting carved apart against Atalanta,
was
it?
Is you could see that everyone was looking around going, I need to press it, I need to go. Whereas against Leicester, you kind of had Mason looking over his shoulder going, do you want me, should I go? Am I going here? Am I staying? What am I doing here? Whereas at least with that front four, yes, it's a bit mad to have all 4 of them pressing and just leaving Fred and McTominay on their own. But at least everyone kind of looked like they knew what they were doing, or what they were meant to be trying to do. And I think that's the case. I think there was a stat as well. Fred played. United went 30 games unbeaten away from home, didn't we?
Yeah.
Fred played in every single one of them games. And then he missed the Leicester game, and we got beat. That was the end of that run. Fred played in every single one of them. So look, I think Fred isn't good enough for Manchester United Football Club on the ball. But until we get someone else in, until you get that next sign.
Are we just getting to the point where we're accepting this?
You have to have Fred and McTominay in there. I know they have the limitations, but the weird thing is, as being at the game on Wednesday, Bruno gave away the ball for simple passes 100 times that first half. It was ridiculous. No one moaned, no one did anything. Fred gave the ball away once, so, oh shit, get him off. I'm like, well, no. Like, they're both doing it. They're all doing it. They're all giving the ball away. Like, yes, he gives the ball away, but the other bonus that you get from him, the pressing, the tackling, all that kind of stuff, he was brilliant at that against Atalanta. And I think you need him in there.
Yeah. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I don't know. Normally for Manchester United and looking at our academy, whenever we've our backs up against the wall in a certain position, normally a shining light comes from our academy. Do you remember this? Is how Marcus Rashford broke through. Yeah. We needed a striker, and he comes on in the Europa League game. Europa League game scores too. I feel like we should have had this shining like a bit of a light in the midfield from our academy to come through, maybe make their name in it. Obviously, it's not happening. That's kind of off subject, but I just wanted to bring that up. Is there someone that maybe is in the back itching to get going, have their Rashford moment? And that
I think it's tougher for midfielders to
it must be tougher.
You have to be even Paul Pogba struggled at times to get into that team, and he didn't quite fit and all that at first. And the likes of James Garner has done well in the Championship, but can he make that step up and play week in, week out? Can Galbraith do it? Can they both go in together? Is that a better pair if they were both fit, if they were both doing it week in, week out? But look, I just don't think they're quite there yet. And it is a bigger ask to get into the
it's
team.
Like, because if they wanted to start getting to the ears of Ollie, now is your opportunity. But I know there's a big it's just a big focus on today's game, isn't it?
It's huge.
Freddie McTominay, the world will be watching. It's United Liverpool. It's the last game on the weekend. It's on TV across the world. They have got. By the way, West Ham have just beat Tottenham, which is Tottenham, man. It's shite. But it's like the world is watching, and we're going to have that midfield pair of McFred. People will be putting pressure on anything Fred does or anything McTominay does today. McFred, it's even got a nickname, which is funny in itself. So I think they will be feeling the pressure, and I hope they can thrive under it instead of letting it get too much, because one mistake could lead to two, could lead to three.
Yeah. Especially with Freddie, he goes on those like runs of giving the ball away, doesn't he?
And I don't want him to steal the headlines.
Yeah, Solskjaer's been speaking ahead of the game and has said that Varane and Martial will hopefully be back next weekend.
Good.
So people aren't too well about Martial, but Varane being back is massive, because he looked very, very good at the start of the season.
Yeah, but so as you're just saying, then West Ham winning. The thing that United had to do is start picking up points again. I know we've not really done that in the last Premier League games. We don't want to be getting left behind in the top four race, never mind the top of the season race.
The thing is, again, that West Ham just beat Tottenham, and Tottenham are pretty poor.
Yeah.
But everyone was like talking when United just about scraped to win against West Ham that it wasn't anything. West Ham are a good team. Yeah, winning that game was a very good performance.
This current West Ham team is top 8 teams in England, as they proved last season, and they've carried that form on.
David Moyes has done well there.
Yeah,
really well.
It's no
coming back after
no easy task. Just going to
do that.
Going to West Ham and getting.
Let's not have that.
Well, getting back at United.
Let's not say those words.
Let's say Ollie. Just as hypothetical. Let's say Ollie got sacked after this game, and you had to bring in one of United's post-Fergie managers back.
Great question.
Who are you going for?
Louis
van Gaal?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I think him with this team would be all right. Be better than the team he had.
Ryan Giggs?
Do you know what I was going to say, Giggs, but I thought I shouldn't.
No, we can't say that.
I don't think
John McCosh said it in the comments.
I don't think you get signal. I think...
You're not bringing Jose back, are you?
I'm bringing Moyes back.
You're not, though, are you?
What do you mean I'm bringing Moisey back?
Imagine David Moyes coming in showing Cristiano Ronaldo videos of Michael Antonio. That's would have happened.
Who are you bringing back then? It's
It's got to be Van Gaal.
Van Gaal was our best.
It's got to be Van Gaal.
If you had
he wasn't our best manager.
Best coach.
He won the biggest trophy of any of the managers we've had.
Yeah.
I think the Europa League's bigger.
What, than the FA Cup?
Yeah.
No chance.
I think Van Gaal with this team.
What do you mean? It's not. You have to beat great teams from across Europe in fucking.
When you say great teams, you mean Real Sociedad?
Sevilla.
We didn't beat Sevilla.
I think it's. I mean,
it
was a silly question.
Because I actually beat in the final.
Yeah, but did we not beat the Sevilla on the way there?
Absolutely not.
Who did we have in the semis? Sevilla.
We had Celta Vigo.
That was the one.
In the semis.
Close. People saying, "Can we get Bruce instead?" Yeah, we'll get him. Interesting. Graham Souness on the telly there. We're going to be seeing all those memes, aren't we? Souness, why hasn't Pogba done it?
He should have done more.
We're going to see everyone making absolute banter with those memes.
He does my head in as well, the main
presenter. Dave Jones?
Oh, mate.
Why are you such a big fan of Dave Jones?
Not a big fan,
he's such a melt.
Why is he a melt? He's a presenter just in the middle, just to knit things together.
I don't know. I could do better job.
Carragher and... You probably could have done.
Of course they are.
Carragher and Neville on
I don't even know if I haven't seen it, but of course
they've got to be on commentary, haven't they?
Yeah.
Who else is in the studio with him is Keane there.
Keane and Souness.
Really? Is it just two of them?
We're guessing.
We're guessing them.
Just guessing.
Trent Alexander-Arnold's been speaking before the game about United, saying they've got outstanding attacking talent and we need to kind of keep them quiet. They've got big names. They're a strong attacking side on the back of a good comeback in midweek, so they'll have a bit of confidence. Jay always mentions this. Liverpool are shit scared of Marcus Rashford, aren't they?
So they should be.
So they should be. But even last season when he was injured, they were dropping off him. They were not attacking down that right-hand side as much as they normally do because of his counter-attacking prowess and history against Liverpool. How important is Rashford? Because I said this when he came back, that he basically, and obviously not literally being said, but he's basically, his task is to keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a job. Because we were not performing, we couldn't get goals, we couldn't make chances, we was looking so poor. He's come back, got 2 goals in 2 games.
What?
And I think if Rashford has a good season, Ollie keeps his job. If he has a bad season, he probably doesn't. I think, and there's
That's a big statement.
There's obviously a lot of other things that go into that.
Big statement from Joe.
But I think he is that important to Man United.
I think he's our most important player today. In terms of attacking threat, I think that, look, Bruno is in a lot of these games been marked out of it, and in midfield they're going to double up on him. That's why they've gone for Henderson and Milner. I know they're missing Fabinho, but that's why they've kind of put them in there to kind of probably mark Fernandes out of the game. There's going to be space for Marcus Rashford, and if, like you said, if he has a good game today, he's going to get a chance over the top. There's going to be 1 or 2 balls that go over the top, and he's going to get through. And it's whether he has the right touch, the right finish.
Yeah, he's got to get his finishing.
He has to get it right.
He struggled a bit midweek. He could have buried about 3, didn't he?
He got 3 chances in midweek. Yeah. He's not going to get. You're not going to get 3 today. And
well, if he does, he has to score 2 of them.
You do. And the other thing to say.
Oh, what?
But not just think.
Or we lose.
Oh, right.
The other thing to say
I'm not going to knock him out.
You could do everything right in that one, and you've got a better goalkeeper in Alisson. He'll just save one of them. That's the thing that's going to happen. So you have to take the chances. You have to just keep going with it. But it's important for Rashford today. He's got to do a lot of work both ways as well. That's the thing, because Ronaldo's not going to do it.
Although there's little clips of him running back and forth on there.
He had one run.
And he's pressing and all that. He must read the tweets. But I think Ronaldo's got a big game as well, let's not forget. These are the opportunities he wanted to come back to.
I want us to score from a corner.
Really?
It's never happened. It seems like it's not
never happened.
In years.
It feels like we never scored from
It's been
corners.
Maguire since Chelsea. And then I think before that was Solskjaer 99. That was kind of the last 2 I remember.
Because I remember even under Ferguson, we never scored from corners. Like Vidic would pop up with the odd one. I think like Ferdinand got one. But in the last decade or so of Fergie, I never thought of us as like a threat from corners. Obviously, I don't remember the stats in the, Steve Bruce scored quite a few, didn't he? But like, we've never been like a really great corner scoring team.
Yeah, but what do you want us to do? Do you want
score half a dozen goals from corners a season?
It's not like under Fergie, we were like, oh, great, we won the treble, but we should score more from corners.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, but I just thought, like, I said, as long as we score.
No, but I mean, it's odd that for
we have a team that's got Harry Maguire,
we've not
Ronaldo,
scored many goals from corners.
McTominay, Lindelof, who can all head the ball. Also, we've got Luke Shaw and Fernandes, who can all take decent crosses. Take decent crosses.
It depends if the crosses. I tell you this: the crosses haven't been good enough. You're looking at the problem. We're looking at exactly. Phil Jones took corners for a while for us with his hands up in the air. The crosses on the midweek game was so poor. Bruno Fernandes could hardly find the first man. Also, luckily for us, we had quite a bit of luck on the rebounding. That's how Maguire scored his goal from a cross. That didn't really work
technically
out.
We scored from a corner the other day, didn't we, when Teller scored that volley against Villarreal? But we're on about winning headers from corners. Reece Robinson with a super chat. Get your super chats in, we'll read them out. He says, bring back one post-Fergie player that we've got rid of. Who is it? Herrera for me, he says.
Whatever?
Like no, the post-Fergie.
Yeah, I mean, like, ever. All right.
Depay?
No, not Depay. Herrera or
Evans?
I'd have never got rid of Daley Blind.
Yeah.
I like Daley Blind still. Because I think he can fit in all sorts of places. He could play midfield probably. But yeah, Herrera, maybe.
None of them have really gone on to great things, have they? Emil Nielsen says Tellers wasn't a corner. Yes, it was. Was it not? Was it a free kick down there?
I think it was right by the corner.
Fucking hell.
Set piece. We'll go with set piece.
Set piece isn't bad, is it? Yeah, I'd go with Herrera on that one.
Herrera.
But what are we talking about in their prime?
No, you just get what you get.
You get what you get.
Just bring them back from wherever they are now into Man United's team again. Falcao scoring loads of goals this season.
Zlatan. Still got it.
Come on, forget about that.
What about Fellaini's? How's Fellaini's career going?
He's in China, not doing
great. He always used to get stuck in a bit, didn't he, Fellaini?
He liked Liverpool game.
Loved the Liverpool game.
Oh, someone's saying Lukaku.
Well, to be fair, that's a good one.
No.
What do we know?
We don't need any more strikers.
Yeah,
You've got Cavani and Ronaldo. You don't need Lukaku in that mix. You need midfielders.
When we had Lukaku, who knew that we were going to replace that man with
35
with Ronaldo
year
and Cavani? I mean, the good, obviously.
Imagine if we brought Zlatan back and we had them three.
Jesus. Hell.
Combined age
FIFA
of
12.
What was that
110.
film, Last Vegas, with like Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and Robert?
They're going vague. Yeah.
What's it called?
Robert Downey Jr.
No,
it wasn't Robert Downey Jr.
What's it called?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
What a
That'd be like them
reference.
three,
I've
wouldn't
not
it?
seen it, but
It's a good film.
yeah. Someone said bring back Roy Keane.
Wasn't the question.
before Fergie
Wasn't the
left.
question.
I'm nervous. Are you nervous? How do you feel on Liverpool games?
Well, Liverpool games. For some reason, I always thought the derby was a big game for us. I don't know why. It's just,
Really?
yeah, and I get that but to be fair, when growing up, derby games were always bigger just for me in school because it was a big thing, and your mates are around. There was no Scousers in your school.
Also,
do you know what I mean?
you grew up in Stockport, which is quite city heavy,
Yeah,
isn't it?
so my primary school was Fallowfield, so it was
yeah.
all United City because Main Road wasn't too far away.
Yeah.
City only moved into, I think, year 2003, didn't they? So I grew up around that way. So there's hardly ever Scousers in. So when it came to growing up and feeling nervous, you never got shit on the Monday if you got beat by Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because they're all down the fucking whatever motorway. What is it?
Down the pub.
Yeah, piss Scousers all like.
Hey, don't
what?
say that.
What?
That's
not right.
Anyway, I don't know what the fuck I said. So yeah, that was always a good game. So, but then. Yeah, I felt like I should want it more because of the way people would build it up, like it was fucking, King Kong versus Godzilla. Great film, seen it?
No.
Big fight. But I don't know. I'm ready for it. But we've had so many defeats to these big defeats in the past. Then it's kind of like we are the underdogs for this, which shouldn't be because it's at home. But I do feel like this team will be coming here because at the minute, let's be truthful. These are fighting for Premier League. Yeah. We're fighting for good form, as in like we want to get back to being a good.
We want to be able to get back to the point where we can say we're fighting for the league.
So when they win today, or if they win today, sorry, they'll be thinking, right, we're still with Chelsea and City. Yeah. Whereas if we win today, we are a step closer to getting to them. Yeah. So it's kind of like they're above us a little bit in terms of how the Premier League might play out.
Do we have a league table graphic, Cam?
Not beating Liverpool in 6 Premier League games as man.
We can go 2 points behind them today.
Yeah.
Whereas they can go 8 points ahead of us. That's a lot.
That's a big game, isn't it?
Wild,
when you put it like that, 8 points behind them, we're already 8 points behind Chelsea. We're already 8 points behind Chelsea. I can get it. I just didn't know if people at home could see it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I've got the thing here. Like you said, if we beat them, we go up to 17 points. They're on 18. Currently,
I know you only say it's the start of the season, but we're 9 games in. We're nearly a quarter in, and then it starts to add up. And if we're not where we need to be by Christmas, and that's when it can, when after the Christmas period, it's when it can really get serious. And you go, fucking hell, things are going to be tough now.
Yeah, so we're 8 points behind Chelsea with a game in hand. We need to win that game in hand.
Yeah,
we've not won a Premier League game in like 40 days nearly now.
That's not
nearly as long as Lent,
isn't it?
It's a lot.
It is exactly as long as Lent.
40 days, 40 nights.
Yeah.
What game was it we won? Who did we beat last in the Premier League?
Don't say it was Newcastle.
It wasn't Newcastle.
Who was it?
Get it on. You're the one with the computer.
I know, but sometimes it's nice to think.
Because
we
lost to Leicester. Drew with Everton.
Lost against Villa.
Was Villa that one? Was it? It wasn't
in the
Newcastle,
comments.
was it?
Surely
Newcastle
not.
wasn't our last Premier League.
I mean,
win.
I get up in the comments. For some reason, the internet doesn't work because everything's
right,
shit
that's
and I hate life. West Ham 2-1 was the last game we won.
What date's that?
That was a long.
Fucking hell,
that
give me
was
another question.
First weekend in September.
I just felt West Ham.
19th of September.
19th of what? September?
Yes.
So yeah, 3 weeks.
I had a drink then.
No, 5 weeks since we won a game.
5 weeks, but there has been the international break in the middle.
Yeah, but still tough that, innit?
Yeah, it's not good. Right?
Very tough, very tough.
And when's the next international break? Is it in November?
Yeah, November the 12th.
If we don't win this, we could.
Because then we've got Tottenham. Then we've got Tottenham City next.
Tottenham and City.
Next 2
we might have had one win since September when we're going into November.
Let's not think about that.
City, you know, these teams are finding their best starting 11, finding their form, and finding themselves in a battle for the top
sexually. My internet's not working, Cam. Are we still all good on the stream? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not sure the Wi-Fi is not working currently, but we should still be all good. So I can't see your comments at the moment.
He's got dirty pictures on his Instagram.
Have you?
Yeah, wearing a United top where we've like, you know.
That's a friend of the channel, Emma Edgar, I think you'll find. So.
I mean, you shouldn't have named it, should you? Fucking hell, absolute jokers, you two. Jermaine Defoe in the studio.
Is he here? Jermaine Defoe?
Why is Defoe there?
They've got to be kicking him out before the Liverpool game starts. Yeah, surely they might have him in for the Tottenham game.
Ruined him. Hates that.
Me?
Unbelievable.
Why do I hate it?
For some reason, the internet isn't working. Ronaldo. Talk to me about Cristiano Ronaldo, Joe. And Alex, go off fucking Instagram for fuck's sake.
To be fair, I never saw, didn't see the hair, the face. I just saw the hair. I thought he's looking at nude pictures.
It's not nude, is it?
Well, Ronaldo.
Fucking hell.
Why is he on his phone? That's what I thought.
We've got news.
Some nudes. He's on it. Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo is. These are the games where he came back for, and he wants to. He loves the headlines. He loves getting himself on the back pages, and you know the last minute win. So it wasn't last minute win, but the winner against Atlanta was a big moment for him, and he's done it twice now against Liverpool. People will be watching this across the world, and I mention that because it's got a lot of pressure on everyone, especially Ollie as well, which I'm sure we mentioned before kick-off. Big pressure on these. They say hundreds of millions of people watch it because of the legacy it holds. And Ronaldo's back playing the game. I guess it's as close as he'll get to sort of the British version of an El Clasico, where it's like, you know, Real Madrid versus Barcelona, it's United versus Liverpool. And
it's the original derby, isn't it?
It's the original derby, and I think he's going to be excited to play in it. Let's see if he can score lots of goals. I just really want one, and hopefully it's the winning one.
What do you think, Bev? I mean, he's on the cusp of being slagged off quite a bit, isn't he? He is being slagged off. I mean, and we've said it on this channel. I've never said Ronaldo's a problem. I've said he's something that Ollie needs to deal with because he is a very unique player in that he doesn't do a lot when he's not doing much.
It is a weird one because I said probably the criticism or the talk about Lukaku was that we didn't need him. Ollie got rid of him because...
Sorry, Joe, are you looking at a picture of Sunday dinner there?
Yeah, it's very
Can
dry.
we all put our phones away?
It's a very dry-looking one.
Because no one really wants to watch us look at our phones,
But he's talking.
Yeah, but people can still see you looking at your phone like a bored
nerd. We tend to
nerd.
Listen to him, what's it?
You've got your head sort of...
Go on, Ronaldo getting slagged off.
He's getting slagged off. And, you know, the criticism of Lukaku and the reason Ollie got rid of him was that he didn't do anything other than score goals. He was a goal scorer. And now you brought Ronaldo back into that team. And I think that it's changed everything. You've gone from a very, very hard-working front three that he played a lot, which was, you know, Dan James. He had Cavani in there, Rashford, Mason play now and again. It's a very hard-working front three to now Mason, who doesn't do that much pressing. You've got you had Cavani, Ronaldo, who's been questioned. So it's very different, and it feels like Ollie's just kind of gone, plugged him in and gone, off you go. Yeah. That's it now. You'll be able to do it. And it's completely different for the team, what we've been used to and what the kind of style of play that we've got. It's like there was that question about would Ronaldo get into Liverpool's team because they, you know, press from the front and they do all that kind of stuff. He's a quality player.
He's getting in that team.
Of course he is. But, you know, they do rely on pressing from the front and all that kind of stuff. And he would be asked to do an extra job in that team.
Yeah.
And it's almost like for a bit, Ollie said, you don't need to do that job for United. Just sit back a little bit. But I think he's kind of growing into it. He said in that interview, I can do more. I can, you know, get into the team a lot more and do more. And I think that's what he needs to do. He needs to, you know, find where he's pressing, whether it is maybe saving his energy a little bit and doing little bits here and there.
Doing that late press when you're holding on for a win like he did against Atalanta. Do you think there's part of him that's like, what's the least amount of pressing I can do whilst looking like I'm doing a lot of pressing? And it's last 5 minutes.
That sprint back was,
That sprint back was for the cameras, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think there's a little bit of that. Ronaldo's arguably the most sort of calculated footballer in history, certainly that I've ever seen. I'm not saying that, like, I think the fall to the knees, I think a little bit of that was for show. Like, everyone was happy. We'd all won, you know, all those players had won the game.
This is the man who I don't think will ever understand what goes through
just the competitive nature of that man.
Or even what the pressure's like to be that guy. I know we said, he dropped to his knees, but he knew no matter what country was watching him or what cameras were around the world focusing in on him, that when the final whistle went, everything was going to be on him, which I don't think, you know, we understand that everyone is just focused on him. He gets the pictures, he gets the headlines. So that drop to the knees, yes, it is a bit of a
Performative.
performance, but he did also get the winner.
He literally, but the other thing, because he put a noise out that he uses as a celebration now. He did that in a Ballon d'Or thing where he just shouted it randomly. Remember when he first did the Sue thing?
Yeah.
And now that now gets sung or chanted in stadiums across the world every time he scores. Like it's a ridiculous thing to do, but it was calculated.
It's a bit of a catchphrase. It's a catchphrase. It's the football.
He's a brand, isn't he?
He's a
brand.
Exactly.
He's like a musician is a brand. Like Liam Gallagher's a brand. Everything they do will always be calculated, and everything he does on and off the pitch, or when he's got little influence and things.
Liam Gallagher does everything calculated?
I think.
I mean, he's got his little "as you were" catchphrase and all that going on.
Yeah, I think a bit of creative chaos around that. You look at his Twitter. I think that's just everyone says it's funny as fuck. It's manipulated to be like he's just funny. He's mad. But Ronaldo's the same. When the full time whistle goes, he knows everyone's gonna be watching him. So let's drop to the knees. If he just went right, okay, we did it.
Yeah,
and that's not the headline picture.
That's not Ronaldo, is it?
And he is quite maybe self-obsessed, and you got to be when you create a brand like that, the biggest Instagram account in the world, isn't it? No one's got bigger than him, and he needs them headlines. He wants some headlines. He might be driven to do other things after football we don't know, and he needs that brand to be as big as it can be.
More money is what he needs.
Oh yeah, loads more money.
Would you say, based on, we won't go into too many details.
He's on hair transplant places, isn't he, Ronaldo? Have you seen it?
You don't need one unless he's already had one. He could have easily had one.
He does I think he's got his own hair transplant shop. 4 of them.
Really?
Clinic.
That's for a discount. See what they can do. It's like, no, we've got to charge you double for this.
You go into the Cristiano Ronaldo hair transplant.
Come out, look at that. Fake teeth done, 6-pack. I got it all done.
I won't mind looking like that.
Based on what we've seen from Paul Scholes over the weekend, it's a real nail biter, this one today, isn't it?
Why have you brought that up?
It's just a bit. Who said they weren't too fussed about it? You said you weren't. Was it
about what? The game?
Sticking it. Yeah, you didn't. You say you weren't
too
fussed about
the Paul Scholes thing.
The toenails in the mouth.
I don't know what to make of it.
It's a big talking point because
that is odd as anything.
It's so odd. I think it's bizarre, and I know obviously the family and all that. But
I bet it's not.
How old is his daughter? She's not young, is she?
She's like 16.
No, I think older than that.
Is she? I think it's got to be one of those things where
after 12. That's weird.
He's been doing it since she was like a baby. Because I've heard this before.
I've heard this when I was 1 or 2.
I've heard this though, where you have to bite a baby's fingernails because the nail clippers are too big for them. I've heard of that. I've heard people do it.
I get that because they're babies. Also, as well, when they get blocked up, some mums suck the snot out the baby.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah?
You can buy a machine to do it.
And it's cold season now, so he's going around going, like, fucking sucking all the snot up. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
It's just bizarre.
She's 19, apparently.
If that happens, she's 19. If that happens, you just go, right, this is a thing we do.
In the house.
Let's just not put it on Instagram.
Someone said, Paul Scholes, class of 92. She must have got... she must have got loads of followers off the back of that, though. I bet he's so mad that she put that up. Because it's not gone well, I say.
It's not gone well.
It's not gone well at all.
I really, really thought it was bizarre. But I don't mind if
I've just seen the clips of people saying, what is it going to be like when he walks into the BT studio and has to sit next to Gary Lineker and Rio Ferdinand and go, all right, lads.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna... If you walk in now, I'd have my toe on the desk ready for him.
Yeah.
Paul, get on that one. I've left that all week for you.
Good.
Oh, it's rank, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, you'd have to sit a few feet away from him, wouldn't you? Because he'd be chewing through the rest of them. Dirty fella. No, it's not dirty. It's just weird, isn't it? It's just odd.
It was just odd. Just odd.
Finley Ryan, what are they talking about? There's a video, if anyone hasn't seen it, millions of people have seen it, of Paul Scholes, for some reason, biting the toenail of his 19-year-old daughter. So he's just got a foot in his gob.
I was worried because before I saw that video, I saw a tweet going, just seen the Paul Scholes video, then loads of like, I can't believe it, and then loads of like sick emojis. So I thought, another one cancelled. And then I was like, and then I actually saw the video and went, he'll survive that, but that was weird.
Oh yeah, he's not getting cancelled for it. It's only like a weird family thing, isn't it? But do you know, have you ever where you go around to someone's house and they still kiss their parents on the lips, and you're like, what was that? Have you never seen an adult kiss their parents on the lips?
No.
Have you never seen that? Oh, I know someone that does that.
No. Really?
I know someone that does that. And have you ever had it? Here's another thing where they're like teenagers and adults and they call their parents mummy and daddy.
I've not had that. No.
Have you not had that?
No, I've not had
really
that.
Disconcerting.
I've had the one where they still share a shower.
What? Say again.
That's so much worse than either of the things I've said.
No, because you can half explain that.
That was on a. I swear that was on a Like, do you know those weird news stories on the Mirror?
Yeah.
Still shares the shower.
When you say on the mirror, you mean written in lipstick on your bathroom mirror, don't you? Let me shower with you, mummy, it said on it.
I don't think that'll go well. No, it's definitely a story about a mum and a daughter who still shower together, and she's like, they're like 18 and 46.
Did they film it and put it on the internet? Because I think I've seen that. Oh, okay, maybe not.
Okay.
That's wrong.
Saggy Madej.
Saggy?
This is fucking... Oh, their name. Don't get me fucking annoyed. Fred wants a season 2 goals game today. Does he get 2 goals in a game ever? I've seen him get 1 goal in a game. Someone CTB says just come back from the Skulls COVID. I don't know whether he means he's just going to watch it now or whether he's been unconscious for the last 24 hours since he saw it when it first came out. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, go on Twitter, just search Skulls. It will be the first thing you see. Very interesting, very interesting. But again, why Fred and McTominay though? Just because we win more when they play and we concede less when they play. Like for anyone who's into like stats and like, like that sort of stuff. We win more when they play together.
I think they're up saying there. I think we concede 0.8 goals a game with Fred and McTominay playing, and then over 1.2.
Yeah.
So we are better defensively with Fred and McTominay.
Yeah, and we lose less games.
Against Liverpool, that is it's important that.
Yeah, it's very, very good, isn't it? Maybe it's not his daughter. It is. It was on her Instagram. Either that or she's posting videos of her dad biting someone else's toes. Anyway, someone said... oh dear, maybe not actually. Can't read that. No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Over here.
Show
me it.
Shut up.
Show me the comment.
You're not going to know which one it was now.
Rock,
anyway.
paper, scissors.
No, because you can't read it out because it was offensive. So
I don't want
that.
to read it out. I want to read it personally.
It's too late. Don't find it.
Show me an offensive
You won't know which one it is because it's not even that bad. Premier League table. Is this a must-win for United? I know we kind of went over the 6 points, the 8 points. If we lose today, are we out of the title race?
We're level on points with Arsenal at the minute. It's worrying.
The one thing you got to think so.
They've played a game more than us.
Right, so you say this: are we out of the title race? You look at it's after today. You probably say it's far too early to call, but you also got to look at the class of the 3 teams that are really going for it, and you've also got to say how often do they drop points? Will they drop 8 points between now and the end of the season? Probably, but will we drop points? Yes, because if we're dropping points against these, we'll drop points against probably City in the next couple of weeks if we can't sort of pick ourselves up. Although Solskjaer's weirdly good against City, isn't he? Sometimes. So, I don't know. It would be difficult to come back now.
Come on, Joe. Make your mind up, mate.
I think it's difficult. If we lose today...
it's difficult. That's why I'm asking the question.
All right, if we say we're out of the title race, done.
I think we are. I think we can lose today because the thing is, I think people are expecting...
You still think we can win the league after this?
No. But we can get top 4, which is also, I think...
Clean sweep?
I think that is exactly what the board and everyone requires of Solskjaer. We can still get top 4. Again. But I just think that the title race is over if we don't win today.
You say that to me like I'm not sat next to you, unable to change that.
Yeah, well, I'm just letting you know so you won't know.
That thing's happening
again. Yeah, if we lose today, we're not winning the league. We aren't making 8 points back on Liverpool.
But if we win today...
It's one of them where you might get, we're back within 4 points, but we had to win 10 games in a row to do it, and Liverpool drops them, and then we're at the end of our good form, and then they have we have a bad run of form, and you're back to being 8 points behind again. If we go 8 points behind Liverpool, that's the end of the title, I'm afraid. So. Stranger things have happened, but in terms of...
they're too good. They're not.
If you're betting. No. And also, there's 3 good teams this year, which, in fairness, could mean that they take points off each other.
True.
Maybe be slightly lower because they can't all win every game, but they're only playing each other twice, aren't they?
Yeah, and 3 good teams that I've sort of found there, they don't start... Apart from Pep Guardiola, who likes to chop and change things, they don't often start these teams not knowing who's going to be on their starting 11. Often the manager has got that down, and if there is a change, it's on purpose. Whereas I still believe Ollie's trying to find the fit. Ronaldo has come in and he's taken off the top spot of playing our striker.
Yeah.
So it's finding where our attacking players and where our midfield players do the best work. So... Whereas we look at Tuchel's side and we look at Klopp's side and we look at City's side, they have got their starting 11 pretty much spot on, which is not what Ollie can say because he will go and change things up a bit depending on who we're going to play. And I don't know if he necessarily knows who's best on the right yet or best on the left, or how do I get Sancho involved, how do I get Pogba involved, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Because, And it's quite weird to say that is Manchester United's best starting 11 doesn't have Paul Pogba in it.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think for the big games it might be, unless Marcus Rashford sort of can change that form on the right and you push him out there and you put Pogba on the left. But We just see that
These
Paul
montages
Pogba
have
playing
done
in
that.
in a defensive position doesn't work.
Yeah.
We look so frail. He doesn't really create from there either, if we're honest. You know, you don't get the best out of him, and you do get the worst out of him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's
I
such a
don't know
weird
that-
position that to have a player that we want so much to stay at the club and that would probably play an arm and leg to keep.
And but
we
we've
don't even
reportedly offered him like 400 grand a week to stay.
and
he's not a starter for Manchester United.
And he's not a starter in the big games for Manchester United. Does
that make sense?
I don't know.
I think the doubt over and maybe look, the board isn't thinking we're getting rid of Solskjaer or they're even contemplating it, but they're probably thinking if someone comes in after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they would prefer a team with Paul Pogba than a team without Paul Pogba. Whoever that is, they may want him, and that's the thing. Once it's done,
it's done,
it's done, kind of thing.
Once
And
it's
I
done,
think
it's done.
That's the situation that United are in, where I don't think they're looking at options to get rid of Solskjaer, but they're thinking in the next couple of years, there's a chance that we get someone else and we have a different manager, and they're going to want Paul Pogba. There's no chance they don't want Paul Pogba as an option, or at least give them the option to do that, and then come up with it. But it's his last big contract as well. I think we had Andy Mitten on this week and said, look, he's taking his time because it is his last big contract. It is his last big decision. He thinks that whoever he signs for now, he's going to play for the next 3 or 4 years. He's not going to get a better contract next. He'll probably get one matched elsewhere or he'll go to a different team, but he's not going to get a better contract than this one right now. And he wants to make a decision of that because at the minute as well, you look at these big teams, the other ones he wants to go to, the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas, all the
skin.
Juventus, they are skin. They could probably afford his wages. But they're not going to pay him. They're not going to pay £150 million for a 29, 30-year-old.
It feels like weirdly, do you know, in the Ultimate Team, I've not played it for a bit, but you know where we've got some incredible players, but sometimes you can build your chemistry up, can't you?
Yeah.
It just feels like we need to just build up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And
like you've got all the great players.
You've got all the great players.
It doesn't work.
And I get that people, we're not a team of individuals. Don't get. Some people say that, but we technically the individuals are great. Something needs to be built up in that chemistry side, where if we can find it soon, and you know it starts to feel good, and we fit, then I think we do move up a level. But at the minute, that's what just think Liverpool and Chelsea and City edge over us.
I think
it's a bit more like a unit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a bit more like, because we have brought in these really key players. One from Madrid, one from Italy, which is Ronaldo, one from Germany, which is Sancho, and then we've just got these cluster of great players. We just need to find them working as a unison. Yeah, and hopefully we can.
Can we get the starting 11 back up on the screen as we go to our score predictions?
8 minutes to go.
8 minutes to go.
8 minutes
Excuse me,
to
until
go.
kick-off. Pogba and Sancho trending on Twitter. It's because neither of them are playing.
It's madness, isn't it?
Everyone's just losing their
Madness,
mind. I
that's
just
the
don't
thing.
understand. So like, if people are gonna. So let's say you drop Green for Sancho. You say he scored 4 goals this season. He scored in the last Premier League game. Why are you dropping him? If you drop,
some people say, well, he scored 4 goals. Yeah. Right, he scored 4. Do you know what I mean?
I know it's not 50.
I know it's not 50.
But it's 4 more than...
And we did also get beat in the last Premier League game. We didn't win it.
No, but I don't think that was Mason Greenwood's fault particularly.
I know what you're saying, but I get where people come from with Sancho.
Yeah, but all caps screaming, losing their minds on Twitter seems a big reaction to me.
Yeah, but I just think it's because of the build up to Sancho arriving at Old Trafford. We assumed he was going to be like a messiah when he arrived, and it's just not happened as we thought. You know, this channel in particular, I've been on so many shows before he arrived where he was the talking point, and now we've got him. We've got the star boy, and it's just not happened yet. So I just feel like when he doesn't play in big games like this, there'll be people thinking this could have been his game. Yeah. This could have been when he gets the headlines.
Yeah.
And unless he comes on the second half, which would be great. Shark, I love that.
Yeah. Score predictions then. Get your score predictions in the comments. I'll be going through them. And if you get it right, we'll give you a sweetie at the end.
Joe will eat your toenail.
I'll bite your toenails off if you want. Score prediction, Alex.
3-2 Manchester United.
A lot of people saying that.
Another 3-2.
Yeah.
Like it was in the FA Cup last season.
Yes.
Who scored? I meant midweek.
Who's going to score?
Right,
all 3 goals. Rashford, Ronaldo.
Cristiano.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Rashford 2 and Cristiano Ronaldo 1.
Bloody hell.
There you go. That's
Joe McGrath score prediction,
I'm going to
please.
go with 1-1.
1-1. Who's scoring?
I honestly think it's going to be... They're going to come at us, but we're going to hopefully be able to defend it, and Rashford will score for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hope we win.
I'm going to go 2-2. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think the thing I want is I don't think a draw is the end of the world. I don't think you're out of the race with a draw because it takes 2 points off them. I know Chelsea are going to be pushing away a little bit, but I think a draw wouldn't be the end of the world. What I want to see as much as anything, yeah, it's tough. We're already here. It's not like we're level points with them, and if we draw, we lose 7.
But 4's
we're already in a tough spot.
4 is technically still in our hands, kind of thing. You beat Chelsea, draw the game.
Yeah,
you're on level points. That's the intro.
But 7 isn't far off that either. You know, if all they have to do is lose one game, and then you beat them twice, and we're ahead. So
That's
you
a
know,
big ask, though.
it is a big ask. But here's the thing: we're in a position where it needs to be a big ask now. We're already 5 points behind them, 6 points behind them.
Yeah.
So if we don't win, it's going to be a big ask. I don't think we're going to beat City twice, Chelsea twice, Liverpool twice already. So we're going to drop points in some of them. We're in a terrible run of form in the league. Liverpool are in a brilliant run of form in the league. If we're ever going to drop points, I don't think a draw would be the worst thing in this game, to be honest.
I just hope we don't get weirdly
Me
embarrassed.
too. But the thing I was going to say is, the thing that I think is most key is we look like a team that is, we just clapping a fucking video of a ball.
No,
It's the ball.
I just want to pretend I'm there. A bit of atmosphere. I tell you what we could do half time.
Go on, then.
Wouldn't it be funny if we got a sprinkler in here?
AP Mac says 2-0 to Liverpool, 3-2 Liverpool win, says Thet. Ada says Ronaldo 2, Bruno 1. Is that those two against
Chelsea
each
got
other?
14 better goal difference than us already as well.
Shit.
Did he score 7 less today?
Ben West 7-0 United. Rhino Boy 09 says 2-1 Salah, Ronaldo, Rashford. Everyone's going for the big name goal scorers, aren't they?
Here we go, the tunnel shot.
No, United.
I'm going to go 2-2. We've got a super chat here from, who's it from? Alpha Omega says, can't believe Pogba left out. The only guy who can open up a defence with passes. Also, Greenwood does not make any sense over Sancho.
It was the kind of thing I was thinking that. Pogba in these big games. You weirdly got to pick, and Fergie hinted at it before, and I get what we said about McFred, but there's something about what Pogba can do in the midfield.
But who are you gonna drop out? Who misses out?
I don't know.
I think Mason, for me, Mason would have made sense, but at the same time, like Joseph, he scored 4 goals in the Premier League. Is he our Premier League top scorer? Or Bruno is?
Ronaldo is.
Is he?
I think so. I think he's got 4.
In the same as Mason then.
Yeah.
In the Premier League. So you're gonna drop him? I just don't think you do that. I don't think you can drop him out of the team. You can, because look, I'm not going on this individual bandwagons thing that you talk about, but there's a bit of that I think that Ollie knows now is that look, maybe I can change this and fix the system.
Also, fucking talk about individual brilliance. Mo Salah scored about 6 goals where he's dribbled past the whole defence and stuck it in.
Yeah.
You want individual brilliance.
Yeah,
that's what sets you apart from mid-table teams.
Come on, the boys.
Come on, the boys. That's buzzing in there.
Yeah, I bet it is. Is there any way we can get a bit of volume on this, Cam, without it going on the stream?
No, he doesn't do
if we
that,
can,
Cam.
we'll find out. We'll get some.
He likes it going on the stream.
Saggy Madej says, Ollie never plays Sancho on the right wing anyway. Give him a run of games and let him make the position his own. This in and out is not good for his confidence. The problem is, Man United isn't about Jadon Sancho's confidence. It's about winning games.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's, you know, and not to say that he shouldn't be playing ever again or that he played midweek. He came on midweek. He started multiple games this season. Ollie just thinks for this game, Mason Greenwood's a better option. He creates chances. He has a track record of scoring against Liverpool. I understand why he's gone with what he's gone with. But again, you're in a front line of Rashford, Bruno, Martial, Pogba, Sancho, Greenwood, Ronaldo, Cavani. That's 8 players there for 4 spots. They can't all play. So it's not about, you know, giving someone a run of games. It's about winning games.
I bet it's nerve-wracking.
I'm fucking shitting myself. That's
I
why
bet
I'm
it's
a bit on edge.
nerve-wracking being a player. Imagine if you're stood on there and I'm going, fucking hell. I bet it is nerve-wracking.
We'll go through Man United and Liverpool teams as they come up here. United is David De Gea in goal, a back 4 of Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof and Shaw. In that midfield, it is Scott McTominay and McFred in there, and then in behind Cristiano Ronaldo, we've got Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford.
When they were isolated like that, McTominay and Fred, you do think, fucking hell.
I know.
What we're doing here.
It's a bit.
We need to really have a look at it in the window.
Cristiano Ronaldo up front. Liverpool's team is Alisson at the back and a back 4 of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and I believe it's Andy Robertson on the left. Then you've got midfield of Henderson, Milner, and Naby Keita. And up front, it is Mo Salah, it is Diogo Jota, and it is Roberto Firmino.
Isn't there something daft that Keita's never lost to Liverpool?
I saw a stat the other day
started.
that Naby Keita has got the highest win percentage in the world in the last
In
3
the
years.
world.
He's got like a 78%
Because he only
win rate.
plays third round of
It's
the
like
FA Cup.
when Sergio Romero had remember he had like 30 clean sheets in 50 games for United because you're playing against Midtjylland. But yeah, Naby Keita, I think he's got, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's got the best win percentage of any footballer in the world in Europe over the last 2 or 3 years. People saying, what's the prediction? We've done our predictions. I said 2-2. Joe said
1-1.
1-1. Alex 3-2. We're about to kick off. Here we go.
And it's live.
And it's live.
And it's live.
Have they stopped cutting to adverts right before kickoff?
I thought they were going to cut to an advert.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Do they not?
5 goals in his last 4 appearances in Liverpool. Marcus
Not
Rashford.
bad, is it? Can we get a bit of volume, Cam? Nope.
No. No, I can hear a bit. There
Turn
we
it
go.
up.
There we go.
Well, that were a bit.
I'm nervous. How nervous are you out of 10, Alex?
We're a bit
For football, you know.
They've never lost when they played the 3 together. That's good. Very nervous.
We've only played 6 times. Dickhead.
The pitch is looking pristine.
It's because they don't. They changed to that hybrid piece, didn't they? Do you remember a few years ago? We were still running with grass in the goal mouth. Up until like 2015.
I don't like that camera.
United's goal mouth used to be chewed up in winter, didn't it? Do you remember?
Well, then they also used to play the rugby league final on it, and they ruin it.
And like
for...
Soccer Aid, and they used to have gigs on there and
Yeah.
stuff. They don't do any of that now. They take
retired.
it all seriously now. Was that you saying that the other day?
What?
How they used to have like loads of stuff there, and now
We're
they
off.
just let City do it all. And we've kicked off.
No, I didn't do that.
Big game.
This can fucking change this.
Yeah,
camera
what's
angle.
this?
Yeah.
Christ,
Someone's
we're on
having
the
a right
fucking
laugh.
This is,
Yeah.
you've got the new
coaster.
FIFA and you don't know what's going on. You just
Jesus.
left it.
Yeah, why have I got it in like pro clubs camera angle?
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm watching a horror film. Or I
feels
feel like
sad.
I'm gonna have to put my hands. Sometimes I don't like the scare.
Your camera, Joe, is very much in the way of me watching that tape.
Yeah. Me too.
It's so big.
It's an
It's
aggressive
a bulky
camera.
lad, isn't it?
Why is it? Why have you got the biggest one on you?
No, it's not about the size of the camera, Joe.
Is it not?
no matter how much.
Oh,
You say
I'm
it is.
giving it away.
Sometimes the start, the build-up would go so slow, but that went really quickly then. Do you think?
Because we're nervous and excited.
nervous.
It's a proper game, this.
Oh, Antoine went so slow, Alex. I wish you were here. Jordan was going, Jordan. Sorry.
Let's not
I'm
diss
just
Jordan.
nervous.
We
Sorry,
like
I'm
Jordan.
just nervous. On fan
Jordan will be
cams
doing fan
later.
cams later.
He's a great lad.
Outside
Go and
Old
say hello
Trafford.
to us, you won't be watching this if you're in there.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
just-
even if
Everyone's
you wanted to,
watching us.
you physically
No
couldn't watch
chance.
this watch along from inside Old Trafford because
Yeah.
the signal is non-existent. Which is
Come
mad
on.
that they haven't changed that. I don't mind it, to be honest,
Do you think
because
there's some other reasons why?
I wonder if it's so that you don't see people on the phones during
No,
games.
it's nothing to do. It's just that there's so many people and they've not got.
Yeah.
And also, it's made of fucking concrete as well,
Yeah.
isn't it? I know all stadiums are, but they haven't put like a sort
Those
of
new stadiums.
Vodafone
They're gonna
Wi-Fi
put-
in there.
Yeah, there'll be Wi-Fi.
I'll tell you what, first minute and a half, bobbly as fuck this, isn't it?
Yeah,
Literally,
it's
the
too
ball,
high.
the ball had
It's
touched
too
the ground
high.
in 45 seconds.
It's too.
Go on,
Mason.
Mason, Mason, good pressing.
Go on, here we go.
Go on, boys.
Little one. Oh, there's always one in there.
And ball.
Fucking hell.
Rashford giving the ball away. Can we get a bit more volume? I still can't hear that. Please.
United. Oh, but
I mean, you don't have to be sarcastic with it, do you? Thank you.
Cam is having tomato soup with bread. I was surprised he didn't toast the bread. It's just.
It's just
I think you
bread.
got a
Bread.
toaster.
Oh, right.
You still
no,
can't
we
hear
do.
it, Cam.
We've
It needs
got
to
it.
go
Put it in the
up a couple,
microwave.
sorry.
We do have 'em.
Somewhere in between, like 3/4 volume would be good. The bit of volume we haven't tried yet. Not sort of sarcastically high and not midway. Perfect. Thank you very much.
That'll be perfect.
Liverpool on the ball.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
doing well there.
Bring it on, I say. Let's
Yeah.
have it. Tough game, this.
It is tough.
Ronaldo doing his little thing in their half. No, our half, sorry.
Yeah, I'm worried.
Scrappy first 2 minutes, isn't it? Very scrappy.
It is. Nothing's happened at all yet, has it? It's very much a sort of hit and hope type game.
The camera's so aggressive in the way.
Here we go. Luke Shaw. Really good game against Atlanta, I thought.
Bruno.
Apart from losing his man in the first half.
Apart from giving away.
Yeah, well, I
from
mean,
that.
it was great cross, innit? I'm just thinking of the cross. I'm only thinking of the good moments. Bloody hell, there's a bit of pressure on United here.
We're just keeping the ball, though.
We are keeping the ball,
nice
but sometimes I feel like it often worries me. I feel like other teams can keep the ball better, but I'm often proven wrong. I'm often proven wrong.
Canati started sliding about.
Go on! Now!
One more!
Bruno! Come on! Oh, you fuck off! You're not going to get many of them.
That's the fucking thing. That's the thing with these big games. You've got to take those sorts of chances. You've got to take those chances.
You're not going to get Izzy
Fred, great
pass from Fred. Great build-up play there.
Come on,
really
you
good.
come apart. You're not.
Is it a save?
Long.
Is he?
No, it's just
ballooned
over.
it.
Oh, you don't get many of them. Liverpool learn, so they'll learn from that.
No,
right?
they won't. Come on, get another.
No, come on. Can you
The
buzz
next
in?
one's got to go in. No.
I can a little bit. So then when we go,
I'm
quiet,
getting a
keep
buzz in.
talking. It's all right. Buzzing in here, mate.
I'll take this off for a bit. I know I'm loud.
All right.
The next one of them's got to go in, hasn't it?
He's got sweaty ears.
You can't miss two.
Liverpool now, they're keeping the ball. They want their bit. I think I've just
Really
had too much Lucozade.
Yeah.
My weed's going to smell.
That's what the viewers want to hear.
Come on. Fucking
Here
hell.
we go.
Lindelof and then McTominay back to back.
Here we go. And what they do then is they just isolate themselves.
No.
And then we just play
the
catch up.
chance.
I like it though. I think Liverpool are just going to try and get out of second
We're
gear
pressing
here.
here a bit. aren't we?
And if we can just catch
well,
them
just pass
now.
straight through it.
Oh,
Look
look at that. I mean, that's
Offside.
No, he's not offside. They just
That is
pass straight through it.
unbelievable.
Offside.
That was unbelievable.
Embarrassing. That press again.
That was so
What's the
easy.
press here? Look.
That
Just
was
pass it down the line,
unbelievable.
straight through, easy.
How was
So
that so
easy.
easy?
That defence got ripped apart. That is
There's just no one there.
Any of them offside?
So look,
Wan-Bissaka
Wan-Bissaka gets drawn out of the way.
Maguire's.
No one's offside.
Maguire.
He's onside. Is
Yeah,
this
he's
one
miles
onside? Is he offside?
Yeah, Luke Shaw
here?
plays him on.
Miles
He's
offside.
on.
Nothing.
Yeah, easy.
Too easy. Where was everyone?
Don't know. See, this is the
So
difference as well.
embarrassing.
The thing is, we can say how bad that was. We were just in the exact same position 3 minutes ago, and we missed. That's the key. Yes, it looks bad
That's
because we got
not-
to pass through. We passed through them in literally a very similar way, left-hand
Oh,
side
it's gonna be
to
a
right-hand
long
side,
day.
and we missed the chance. That's what we say. That's why you have to take your chances. That's why you have to take your chances.
That was so embarrassing. Like, I'd be fucking ashamed of myself if I was on that defence end. Broken apart, helpless. Luke Shaw fighting so many guys, so many. If Kate would have missed, then he could have found an easy pass to Firmino. How they broke apart that defence like that, and how simple they could do it again. Oh, fucking hell!
Oh, Scott, what are you doing?
I'm done here.
Firmino, saved.
Good save.
Get out of the fucking way, ref, you dickhead.
It's got to be a drop ball, isn't it?
Tough this now, isn't it? I mean, it's the same chance. Slightly more central for Keita, so slightly easier. But that's the same chance Bruno's just had.
Bruno did. It's not as much.
Firmino then, I mean,
It's not quite as good, no, but you threw one-on-one with the goalkeeper. One of them puts it away, one of them doesn't. It's not, Bruno's a better player than Keita, none of that being questioned. But in these big games, you don't get many chances, or we don't get many chances anyway. You can't miss them. If we're 1-0 up, the game's completely different.
We can't keep being the team to come back from a goal down. I get it, but the progression of United has to be being the team that sets the mark and holds it. Now we've got to come back at Old Trafford again.
Mm-hmm. And we don't tend to do it. We're shit at home. We don't tend to come back at home.
We didn't come back again. Yeah, fucking hell.
I know we did against Atlanta, but, generally speaking, over these last 12 months in the Premier League, we've
Premier
been
League,
very
Villa,
poor
we
at
didn't come
home.
back. Everton, we obviously took the lead, but didn't win.
Yeah. Burnside is back, says Luke Shaw costing Ollie his job. Recognition of danger there was shocking. Should Luke Shaw have played him offside?
The whole back four. The whole back four is all
Well,
over the place.
Wan-Bissaka's pressing up in their half, isn't he? And then
Maguire shifted,
Maguire and
Lindelof
Lindelof both shift across the cover.
McTominay and Fred haven't dropped it. There's all sorts of things.
There's all
going on.
sorts.
It's one of them you need
We
to
talk
watch
about
3 or 4 times, don't you?
McTominay and Fred at the start of this. Obviously, we want to be more defensive, but We need
good
to.
turn
Come on,
back,
United.
really.
Come on. Backs against the wall here. Let's try and get something.
Good play, this.
We can get it 1-1 first 10, 15 minutes, and it's all square. We go again. Yeah, fucker.
Luke Shaw's way out of position again.
Look here, drop back.
Salah driving through everyone.
Great
Well
tackle.
done. Well done, McTominay.
No
Fucking
foul
get
there.
up.
Great.
Get up.
That's good
That's what we
defending.
need. We need that McTominay to step
Go
up
on, Fred.
today.
Great ball,
Let's
that.
pocket
Go
one
on,
of them.
with
Let's
that.
pocket
Go on,
one of
lad.
them. Let's get this. It's too much time.
Keep fucking
had the foul, though.
That's a foul.
Shut
Ref.
up
You
your
just
ass.
stepped through him.
That's miles off. Miles off.
He's offside, surely.
He's miles off, surely. Now he's going to give it.
Oh, fuck
Now
off
he gives
then.
it. I hate. What's the point
That's
in
not
that?
close. Why do you have to wait fucking 20 seconds for everyone to get back, everyone to sprint back, and then put the flag up? It's not close.
So weird.
Look how it.
So when Bissaka presses up here, what happens? They've just got 3 men on
McTominay
the back
doesn't
line.
fit. McTominay and Fred have got no one.
McTominay's in no
Oh,
man's
it's
land.
embarrassing.
Luke Shaw doesn't step up when Maguire does. It's just bad position, isn't
Everyone.
it? The press is poor. Wan-Bissaka's not really
All
close to his
over the
man.
place.
Luke Shaw doesn't press up. Like I said, when you talk about it seeing danger, if Maguire presses up, you've got to be in line with your defenders. And Luke Shaw's 5 yards behind everyone else.
Have you had 4?
Cam's had
eaten
5
5.
bread rolls.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like a documentary about how many
Fucking
rolls
hell.
not to eat.
What's-
All I eat is tomato soup and rolls. I've
I
had
see-
5.
And you've still got soup left. I would have thought the 5 would have just soaked it all up. Anyway, that's the highlight of my days. Come on with 5 bread rolls.
5 bread
Come on,
rolls.
let's get.
It's ambitious.
To the
He's got, is
goalkeeper.
it? Let's get a goal.
Yeah. that's
1-1 in the first 10, 15 minutes.
There you
It's just
go,
a
Red
sign
Bull.
of a
Go
great
on.
game. Come on.
Rashford. Oh. Thought that was in. I thought that was in for a second. Good. Tell you what, we're looking dangerous.
Like it.
You've got to say we're looking
Yeah,
dangerous.
yeah,
like
yeah.
So far,
Should've-
it's 2 teams
Yeah.
looking good against each other, isn't it?
I know.
The annoying thing is they've had 2 chances and scored.
They do
one.
have a
We've
nice-
had 1 chance and missed it. But we've won the ball high up a couple of times. We're playing we're playing their game a bit, aren't we? Which is slightly concerning. We're pressing them.
I
they're
do think
pressing
they've
us.
just got a bit more
Yes,
nice
Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka. Bit more maturity. I don't say they're necessarily better, a bit more maturity in their defence,
Yeah.
which is where the positioning might become clear. I still think our defence is made up of individually good players. Wan-Bissaka's good. I like Shaw, like Maguire, Lindelof he's all right. It's just that sort of teamwork seems to be lacking a bit.
Yeah, like
We always look all over
the
the
thing
place.
is, if you play him on side and the line's too high and he plays through, fair enough. But if you're 5 yards behind the centre backs and the captain, or
Yeah.
2 or 3 yards, whatever it was, and you're playing someone on side like that, that's not good enough. Luke Shaw has to step up there.
Yeah.
Whether you think Maguire and Lindelof should step up or not, you have to be in line with the rest of your defence. That's defending 101.
Yeah.
You don't drop back and play people on side.
And
So
it's-
yes, the positioning was poor, but if Luke Shaw's in line with Harry Maguire, that's not a goal.
No, true. You just wonder, these players get paid fucking shitloads of money. They train a lot. What do they do in training? Surely they went through positioning this week.
Yeah,
or
but the thing
went
is, you'd
through-
say, what do Liverpool do in training? We had a very similar position to them 2 minutes before that.
I
It's
think
not, I don't think
Theirs
every
wasn't-
single
theirs
goal you have
wasn't as
but
embarrassing as that.
Well,
No,
it
but the thing
was
with
very
ours is-
similar.
No, but ours was
that
we
similar.
won the ball high up and they had to transition and they didn't do very well.
Yeah.
But that came from their goalie. We were set. They passed us.
Yeah.
They just moved us
I know.
around
That's
dead
101,
easy.
isn't it? Let's practice them coming forward. And if somehow we still got.
It's
I
one of
think
them,
it's
like, it's
unfair
fumbled.
to criticise United for conceding a chance, which is fair. A
No,
goal,
we can
which is
criticise
fair
them for
enough.
that
Which is fair
chance.
enough.
No,
Yeah,
we
which is
can.
fair enough. I'm saying we can, and then
That
not
was-
criticise Liverpool or
theirs
act like
wasn't that
they're
bad.
fine for doing that. Bruno was 1-on-1 with the fucking goalkeeper 10 yards out.
Yeah,
How
but
is that
they-
not bad?
Like Alex said, they
Yeah, but
lost
we
the
won
ball.
the ball higher up and it was interesting.
Oh, so it's all right then.
Yeah, because that's transition.
Look,
you've got to
I think we're
watch.
being a bit harsh there.
All right, we'll give them a pat on the
United
back.
was shit, but Liverpool was shit as well. That's shit. They're both shit. Liverpool are great. Liverpool are defending really well. That's why we were clean through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
That's not what
Come
we're
on.
saying.
It is what you're saying. You
No,
said it's
I'm
not the
just saying-
same. It wasn't a bad chance.
I'd be more. All right, so you're the defending coach for
Yeah.
both of them. Who are you more embarrassed to be defending?
United's.
Yeah, well, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
But you said Liverpool's wasn't bad.
I think because of the situation of when we won the ball, they're on the back foot a bit. They're trying
They
to find a
passed straight
position.
through us.
We
It is
pressed
embarrassing.
closer.
Yeah.
It's
It's
embarrassing.
awful.
Theirs is obviously embarrassing as well, but I don't think that'll happen again
Okay.
for Liverpool. We'll
Well,
see what
let's-
happens here.
Let's hope it does.
One of yous. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Honestly.
Talk to each other.
That's going to be a goal. Yeah, 2-0. Fucking embarrassing, this, isn't it?
What are you two doing?
Just running into each other, these fuckers. Running into each other.
That was so
terrible.
Easy.
How is this happening?
Absolutely unbelievable.
So easy, isn't it?
Oh, man.
So what's this? Jota.
The two, what? Just talk.
Oh, my God.
He's offside.
He's onside.
He's off. His head's...
I think his head might be off. His head might be off.
Come on, VAR.
If we're being saved by fucking his fringe being offside.
Oh, my
I think that's
just
I don't even know whose fault that is. I don't
it's
even
all,
know.
It's,
It's
Harry,
just what's going on.
Maguire and Shaw.
It's the
What
fault-
are you
it's
doing?
their fault. But I mean, I can't pick between them what's going on there.
Oh, geez.
One of you make a decision. Don't let the ball just bounce
Yeah,
in between.
of course. Jota's not offside, I don't think.
No, it's not looking like they're checking it.
No.
Unless
goal given.
Have they?
2-0.
Goal given 2-0. Fantastic. 3-2 still on.
Burnside is back, says sub Shaw cannot defend, done it all year. So the Shaw Maguire combo is costing Ollie his job. And Cody Hayes says Harry Maguire isn't great. Whoever it is, that fucking
the thing
that combination at the minute
this is 15
shocking.
minutes gone, and we are losing the ball.
Yeah.
We said all week it could go either way. This and
Yeah.
it's looking like it's the.
Yeah. Right, come on then now.
I honestly think we need to. I just don't know.
He's onside there, Rashford.
Go on, Marcus.
Just dribbled into the defence. It's hard, this, isn't it?
Oh, it's.
Just win everything as well, don't they? Wan-Bissaka.
If you're Liverpool now, you just have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
You sit back, you allow your strikers to do what they want to do, but you just maintain a back four. Your wing backs don't push up higher unless they want to go for an absolute onslaught. And just think, let's embarrass United here, because they might do. Klopp doesn't necessarily do that too much, like an absolute.
No.
Let's just go and rip the shit out of them for no reason.
But
I wouldn't.
They could do that now by, like you said, just by sitting back. They
Yeah.
could do that because they're going to create 2 or 3 more chances.
Yeah.
They've had 3. This is the thing I said before the game. If you have 3 chances, you have to score 2. They've had 3 chances in 14 minutes and scored 2.
Mad, it's only
That's the
15
thing.
minutes gone, innit?
We've had 1 chance and missed
This
it.
is
They've had 3
wild.
chances, scored 2.
This is
Got a
absolutely
corner.
wild.
I'll
We're
do.
good at them,
Yeah,
aren't we?
set piece specialist, get paid. Do you know what? I'd fuck him off straight away if this corner will go in. I'd just sacked.
Juan Martinez. I've never seen Luke Shaw block a single cross ever. Horrible defender. Jose was right. He had to be Shaw's brain for him. Kieran says not Ollie's fault, even though he'll get the blame. Corner to United.
Good corner.
Maguire. He's won it. McTominay.
It's a foul.
Fucking hell. That's offside.
Oh.
But you can, just see. No, it wasn't. Just seeing the difference in.
I thought it was close. Yeah, I thought it was tighter than that. But
There's 2 of them waiting to tap it in, isn't there?
I think it all runs down the spine of the team in the midfield, from the
runs all over the place,
the spine of an incredible centre back, a brilliant midfielder, and calm, collective midfielder, and a striker. That spine often runs down great Premier League teams. In terms of when you look at City's incredible Premier League team from 2012, when they had Company and then they had Silva, or you can even put Yaya Toure in there, and then up front they had Aguero. And you look at this team here now, you've obviously got Van Dijk performing incredibly well, Henderson, Milner, although getting on it now,
Fabinho.
they've just got a bit of maturity and there's just the calmness and the experience. And then up top is that man Salah. You look at United, we start with Maguire, who you should be one of the best in the world, but he's having a bit of a sloppy period.
Yeah.
We get into the midfield, and it's just not as strong as we need it to be. With a weakened Fred and McTominay, who wouldn't get into many other top flight Premier League teams, would they?
They're getting top flight teams. They won't get in top 4 teams.
No, they won't get top 4. And
Absolutely
then
not.
obviously we have got an up front. He's Ronaldo in his class, but does he have the work rate of some of the other big guns?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think.
Again, I don't think you
Running
can,
through the
and I
middle
know
there.
you're not doing this, by the way, but just to look at the sort of recent
all over
culprits
the
of
place.
things, you wouldn't blame Ronaldo for this so far.
No, of course
I know
not.
you weren't doing that, but I'm just saying we look at what the talking points will be at the end of the game. I don't think Ronaldo's done much wrong. It's just an opening blitz from Liverpool, isn't it? And again, it goes back to you miss your chances and they don't miss theirs and you lose. In the big games, you can't miss one-on-ones 10 yards out. And I'm not having to go at Bruno because players miss chances, I get it. But you have to have the luck or the composure or the skill or whatever it is that in these big games, we're giving the ball away inside our own 18-yard box
We're
here.
all over the place.
Fred can't find a pass. Somehow we've managed to get out of this. And now we're counter-attacking. But the only way we can get a counter-attack is by looking like we're going to fucking give the ball away in our own 18-yard box. Everyone's slipping over here. Go on. We need a bit of composure. Greenwood with the ball in. Canate just gets it away.
Go on, Bruno.
Ball taken down by Bruno. Ronaldo smashes it over.
Settle down, man.
We look scared, don't we? United look scared.
We just don't know what's going on.
We look giddy when we get anywhere near goal.
We're overexcited and scared.
That second goal, though. What?
Yeah, the second goal's terrible. It's like Maguire turns around and Shaw's just there, isn't he?
It's just a confidence of, I've not got this confidence now to make a decision here and just either head it out, clear it away. It's just
fucking hard game, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's tough. The 2-0
down after 20 minutes against one of the best teams in the world. Yeah. Southgate going. It's Luke Shaw being what he was the end of last season to now. Harry Maguire, what he was in the Euros, was quality. Did he play in the Euros? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It's quality in the Euros.
Two of England's best players in the Euros.
And now...
Yeah. Someone's got to give in a way, and if we just need to see what the end of the result is, there'll be a lot of people who will just turn solid straight away.
I'm sure everyone already saying this is why Solskjaer's not good enough for all this, but at the same time, like, they're your two reliable players. They're your two players that not only that Manchester United have been picking, England pick week in, week out ahead of the likes of Ben Chilwell, ahead of the likes of in there all the time that play. Harry Maguire plays every game he can do for England. To then him not be good enough and doing these mistakes is crazy.
It's tough watching it. We just need to get a bit of stability on it, win the ball. Let's get a bit of, oh my days. Nice ball. Oh my God, the power of that pass, Ronaldo. Fucking hell.
Sean Thomas says the team's lack of confidence is a reflection of their manager's lack of confidence. The book has to stop with Ollie for these performances. I mean, the book will stop with Ollie for these performances. The thing is, we're still talking about the game as it's happening. We don't know how it's going to end. We don't know the rest of it yet.
I tell you what, the thing that annoys
we're looking at what's
me
happening on the pitch for now. We can talk about Ollie and whatever as we go along.
I get it. The thing that annoys me is that I know the game's not finished yet, but we went 2-0 down against Atlanta, and we didn't pick up hardly any of our. The mistakes we made in that game seem to have mirrored the mistakes we're making again here. So what have we been doing in those last couple of days to make sure we don't go 2-0 down at Old Trafford again? Because I know we did come back and that was great, but the times we don't come back, it is really not good. I mean, I'm not saying I want it to, but I just don't want to be 2-0 down all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Why do we always have to? We saw that, was it 35 points we've won from losing positions, the most of anyone in the league.
Control again.
But let's just win without having to do that.
Some people
it's a good trait to have, but we shouldn't have to rely on it like every week.
Let's just say this: Liverpool fans right now are having a better fun watch this game than we are.
Yeah,
I won't mind being 2-0 up after 20 minutes in a Liverpool United match. Well, we were at one point, weren't we, about 2 years ago when Rashford scored that dead early goal? Was that right?
Yeah, we scored 2-0 early doors. Rashford scored 2, didn't he?
What goes around comes around then, I guess.
Come on. Sure, with a bit of space here.
Oh, I tell you what!
Almost scored.
Fucking hell, great dig, Shaw.
It was. Abhishek, any serious club would see that it isn't working and would replace the manager, but we just keep hoping. I don't know what that bit means. Something in the gutters. I don't know.
You just wonder what. I always bring it back to
standards are in the gutters.
I often bring it back to what is out there at the minute in terms of top quality managers that are ready to come over. And would there be a good fix or a short term fix? We look at Tottenham, and I know Tottenham are not in the same league as us in terms of the prestige we are as a club, but they do financially have the ability to pay managers a lot of money, and they ended up going with Wolves manager
Wolves reject
who gets beat, who aren't doing very well for themselves. So we sack Ollie and we end up with a situation where we're fighting for managers that are currently out of a job, or even if we go and try and steal one, I just don't know.
He's on.
The thing is, I'm happy to talk about the manager and stuff, but I don't want to have to speak about, because I don't want to sit here and defend him, because what we're seeing here isn't, I can't defend it. But I don't want to have to talk about just the manager's future for 90 minutes. Like, it's all we do. All we do is talk about Ollie. I want to just talk about the game for like, you know, I'm happy to have the conversation. I'm happy to do all that. It's been shocking. And the more we're shocking, the more likely you look at it and you go, we need a manager that isn't going to make us play like this. I get that. But I just don't want to have to talk about the manager for the next hour and a half, because it's so draining all the time. It's all we talk about.
Well, let's super chats. Unless everyone does.
No, I know. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying I'm
that
refusing to. I'm just saying that's all it is. I'm not defending anything. It's been shocking. I'm not saying it's been good, but it's just so much of it all the time.
Come on, who's up there with him? Come
it's
on.
like the only thing about Man United at the minute is the manager.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Actually got players.
We need a bit more there.
Yeah.
Where are they? Right, help him out. Where's his 1-2? Tomine, nice.
Oh, there's Luke Shaw.
Come on, Shaw. Nice.
There you go.
Come on.
Who's in the box?
Oh.
What's
There's
that,
no one in
man?
the box. Let's go. Oh,
Gotta win that.
Got to be better than that. Now let's get a little
the
bit,
ball,
a bit
come
of a
on now.
pattern of play.
Rashford, straight to Alisson.
No, and again,
Straight to Alisson.
What's happened? Someone down?
the manager gets a lot of stick all the time about the
He's definitely off.
individual
Milner's done.
brilliant stuff that, you know, that's what bails him out. But again, he doesn't get the credit where it's, or anything when it's individual mistakes costing you Man United at the minute. That's what's made those mistakes. It's not that wasn't a system
But when they keep
thing.
happening, eventually you have to look
they
at the
have
manager,
to. Yeah,
don't
of
you?
course you do.
Christopher Hawkins, should we sell Martial and Donny to fund to Newcastle? Well, to anyone to fund a deal for a number 6? Yes, I would like to do
If
that.
you can do that, then yeah, I think that's the. I think that's
good.
what you want. I think that's what you know. United's plan was probably at the end of last summer. I think if you'd have got the money in to sell, I think it was more looking at selling Lingard and who was the other one? Pereira went on loan. I think they wanted to sell him. If they'd got money in for him, I think they'd have bought a player straight away. But
Is Milner coming
they
off?
didn't. Looks like Milner's coming off. Curtis Jones coming on. I think he's been injured for a bit, so this will be his first time coming back. But again, hopefully something that helps us out, changes things a little bit for Liverpool in midfield.
Yeah. Kingsley Obi says, can we stop blaming players for the coaches and managers' incompetence? I'd absolutely love to.
fuck's sake.
We have to talk about the manager because he's the main problem. I'm happy, like I said, we will talk about the manager. We always talk about the manager. What I'm saying is we've got 65 minutes of this game still to play. I don't want that to be the only thing we talk about. And if you're not careful, that can happen. I think it'd be nice to talk about the game that we're seeing rather than just speaking about Ollie the whole time, because, you know, we look in the comments, you look on social media, that's the main talking point, but I don't want that to be the only talking point. That's all I'm saying. And if if you two want to talk about it, I'm not trying to dictate what we can and can't say. I'm just saying we're 25 minutes in, and the only thing that we've spoken about is the manager, and it can be.
It is draining.
Yeah,
it is draining.
draining.
But again, playing shit football is draining, and watching it's draining.
It is all draining at the minute.
I'm
isn't it?
drained.
Completely drained.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Is he
It's
coming
just
off there?
again, it's one of them.
It's Birmingham tomorrow. Anyway, we're only 25 minutes gone. If anything's going to
Plenty
turn me
time.
to drink, it'd be a comeback.
Oh, you've not drank for.
I've not drank for
October,
4
have you?
weeks. I've not mentioned it, have I?
No, you don't talk about it.
Although I haven't got. Oh, I've really hit my leg then.
You all right?
Oh,
What's going on?
got a pain in my
Need to
leg.
sub, yeah?
Get me on. What would you do if you got the team sheet out before and it said Joe Smith?
And
Would you go
I was
down?
just
What,
found
and
out
we
I
were
was
here?
playing. I was just
And
found
we're
out I was
here?
playing.
We're here, yeah.
I'd be worried.
I'd be worried. I
Uh,
wouldn't mind one day just travelling with the team. That'd be good fun, I bet.
Sean Thomas says, Joe is asking us to bury our heads in the sand. Absolutely not. There's nothing else to talk about. Okay, well,
Here we go.
there
Something
are
I
other
want
things to talk about.
here.
Mason Green was on the ball.
2-1. I think you get Sancho on soon, me.
27 minutes in.
What, 2-0 down?
Managing the
Fuck
game
off,
/
Alex.
performance / result is the manager's job. It is the manager's job. It absolutely is the manager's job. And we will talk about Ole all the time on this channel. We always talk about Ole, and we will continue to talk about Ole. I'm not saying don't talk about him. I'm saying all we're doing is focusing on that when there is a game currently taking place. Josh Park says, I've never liked Maguire and can't agree with anyone who says he's United quality. Got to move on with the other dead wood.
Sounds
He's
rough,
honestly shite.
I think Maguire is fucking rusty as fuck at the minute, and he's making awful mistakes this season. But to just chuck him in the bin, I don't know. I think
this season. I think it's probably the last few games. I think he was all right until he
has a nice confident partner in like Varane. I hope Varane doesn't.
He's been shit this season, Maguire.
I'm shitting
and awful since he came back from injury. That's the problem. He has been shocking. And little bits like that where you go, is that Maguire's fault? Is it Shaw's fault? People, you know that he's the one that's going to get blamed for that. Is Shaw playing Salah on side? Yes. Does Maguire get dragged over? Yes. Rashford trying to find Ronaldo there.
Come on now. Blocked. This could be quicker.
Back out to
Pace
Rashford.
has got to be up. Pace has got to be up. Nice turn. No, come on, help him.
Back and forth.
Sure, just
they're setting now. Look out.
Yeah. Get him out of the tricky spot.
We kind of had that for a second, that little initiative, didn't we?
Yeah. Listen, Liverpool have got the game in their lives there at Old Trafford. Unless they don't make a mistake and they still play to the play that they've been trained all day.
Greenwood.
It's good.
Great
shot for Greenwood. Well, then we get a corner now. We get them wobbly. Let's get wobbly.
Beyond Fitness says the goals they scored were such basic marking. The same things happened against Atalanta the other night, and they just didn't capitalise on our incompetence. Yes, absolutely.
Is he that fit that he doesn't need to do it anymore? Is that what he's trying to say? Beyond Fitness.
He's beyond fitness now.
He's past it.
Corner, Shaw. Headed away. Tim Jones.
Win that, Fred. It's not a foul.
It's not a foul. Genuine question. Liverpool's midfield is no better than ours, arguably worse. So why is ours such a problem?
I disagree completely. I think their midfield has just got experience. They know what they're doing. They've had years of it. And the experience just sounds like a cop-out. But if you're in any job for long enough, even you, Joe, you look at what you do now, right? So imagine your first ever watch-along when it was like that. The experience that they just embodies in you.
Fred's got experience.
But
McTominay's got experience.
But it's nothing like playing at that. I get it, but they haven't been playing at. These guys have been playing. These guys won the Premier League. These guys have won Champions Leagues. They've done two Champions League finals. They've got experience of winning massive games that are going against the best players in the world.
What's Trent doing over that side of the pitch?
Trent's having a laugh here. He's got odds on it. He's got odds on in third goal.
Crossing, that's out for a goal
kick. Do you know what I
mean? I know what you mean though, Tim. I don't think this Liverpool. I wouldn't swap Fred McTominay and Bruno for Henderson, Keita, and Milner.
Their team doesn't rely on the midfield,
and also they've been working around the fact that they haven't had a great midfield for the last 5 years,
and they've got very attacking fullbacks that push forward. That
kind of take over. And also they've got a fucking really good manager
and a good three,
and really good manager and really good players.
I think this is one of those
fucking hard,
simple as fuck corners that goes in.
Yeah, me too.
I can just see it.
Just Van Dijk.
Oh, I tell you what, that back post well cleared.
Lindelof headed it away. It's a volley back in. And Firmino, if he could shoot, might have scored there.
That, as a football fan, that chaos after a corner where the ball goes out and then they just fuck it back in. That chaos is always gets me.
There.
Yeah.
Something's happening, but we can't see it.
Can you
look at him at the back post there? If he just
Firmino, he wants to use his right foot there.
If he just hits it, or even
done.
Hold on, the rough and tumble there. Come on, nice. Move it closer. Switch it.
Just slipped in it.
Upsetting.
Greenwood just falling over as he's trying to.
We're upset.
Yeah, Trent's playing proper free roam here, isn't he?
Oh, we need to go before half time.
We need to go half time. Half time, if it's like this, I'll bring Pogba on. And you just think, fuck it, let's get.
What is Rashford doing there?
What's fucking
someone mark up. Someone mark up.
You couldn't pay De Gea to come out his goal, could you?
Great save, De Gea.
I don't know what Rashford's doing there, but the ball travels about 50 yards and is inside the 18-yard box, and De Gea's nowhere near it.
I bet Dave thinks, I fucking wish I would have left.
That's a foul.
Ref!
Not giving that. He's trying to be lenient into the ref.
Now.
Just the one chance for United so far, innit?
Yep. There's been a couple of shots from outside the box, but
yeah.
What's Twitter like?
Don't.
Oh, I'm sure it's
very
fun.
It's always horrendous.
Someone just mentioning the fact that Maguire and Lindelof did spend all last season playing together.
It's not.
It's not even like their partnership. Well, no, this back four. Sorry, this back four. It's like it looks like a makeshift back four, but in fact, It was the back four that gets us to a Europa League final and gets us second in the league last year.
Yeah.
But it hasn't improved. And they often say, well, you need time to settle and improve. Maybe we got the peak of this defence and now the crumbles start. And that's why Varane obviously gets brought into...
I don't
even know what he's trying to do there, Rashford.
It was a mad if he got an assist there.
You half expected him to score as well, didn't you, Salah?
Yeah,
just because the sort of finishes he's been putting together recently.
Rashford's
There. There's an intensity to the crowd, isn't there? You can tell every time we're on the ball, everyone's up on their feet and screaming to get the ball forward.
The thing is with this game as well, half-time, if it goes in 2-0, you know, the crowd... Let's be honest, a lot of them have been boozing since early doors. It's Sunday. I've seen a couple of videos of the tram looking absolutely mental. You know, with booze comes reactions and becomes, you know, the irritation. And it could become a pretty shitty atmosphere inside Old Trafford.
Yeah.
They'll still sing, obviously, 100%. We fucking give it, but if nothing changes or it doesn't look like things or players want it to change...
Tell him there, man.
Come on now.
Nice.
It's a good ball.
Let's just do something here.
Rashford.
Let's just do something.
To Ronaldo, the back post.
Just
took it off his head. Just took it off Ronaldo's head. There's a few near misses for United.
To be fair, Robertson's done pretty much nothing in the game. That'll come back to bite me in the arse, I guarantee.
Just skims it, doesn't he? Does he get anything on it? He does. Yeah. Just takes it off Ronaldo's head. Corner to United. Let's fucking score.
Defensive ranked. Clean sheets, we're 18th. Tackling per game, we're 20th. Errors leading to shots, we are 20th.
I thought I was going to one goal then.
We're the bottom of the league in terms of...
Come
on! Help him!
Come on.
Referee will have... It's what?
Well, he did just
not a foul. I know, but he's not been wiped out. It's not either a corner or a foul, surely.
Sometimes you just don't know what's going on in the box, do you? It's just chaos.
Rashford is offside. I think that's what he's given. And then Shaw just swings a leg through it.
Yeah, what Shaw should play it.
Stands his ground, doesn't
he? Yeah, so that's what the stats are. Do you want to read them?
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah.
Errors leading to shots, we're the worst in the league.
That is mad.
It is.
Considering Norwich, who's got to be...
And also, when you consider we haven't conceded that many goals, so it goes to show that so many of our goals that we are basically our own fault, yeah. Just poor play. Giving the ball away.
But you get what I mean.
Some of that is the coaching and how we don't give players on the ball options often enough. We don't. The patterns of play aren't there.
But what I get about what I was mentioning before about like in terms of...
Go on, Scott.
What do they... Oh, here we go. Come on.
Behind him.
You need to chill out, Fernandez.
Just played it behind Ronaldo.
Calm down. Chill a bit.
Yeah. Looking for a cross, but there's no one there.
Oh, hello.
Come on!
Take a touch, man.
I know, but he's...
You know what? I'll say this. I feel like we've got a goal in us. We're looking dangerous.
I just feel like we're going to concede another.
Yeah, I'm not adding any more onto it than that we're looking dangerous in this game. And if we don't score, it'd be a shame. Because we look dangerous and we're getting in the box and we're winning the ball back. It's just these moments now where Liverpool have got the ball.
Yeah,
we
can
do
just
not know what to do.
This is what I mentioned before. They'll just have a bit of a mess about here.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're having the fucking
pass it back.
How much space they've got?
They've got a lot of space. These guys are 2-0 up, by the way.
I know.
Oh, fucking hell.
Sitting back deep.
At the time of your life, I could join in here. I could play the middle in a 2.
I think it looks like to me we're scared to press now.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily the worst thing ever. It's just when they get the ball towards our defence.
And do it, but
yeah. Because we've seen when we press, they just piss through us, and we can't have that.
No. But again, Wan-Bissaka's past Greenwood there again.
Yeah.
I don't quite get it.
No. There's a lot of that in there.
Where you're like, Shaw's going past Rashford to press or whatever, and you're just like, that's too far.
Yeah. Why are you doing that?
Whilst you're going, Mason's not filling in at right back.
No.
If anything goes wrong.
No. So it's quite a high line here. It's like a mid-block, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the line's relatively high, but
fine.
we're not pressing,
But look at that run there.
Well cut out by Lindelof.
Done well.
And straight back to Liverpool.
Just settled again.
This is this is a controlled Liverpool side. Let's just try and break this pattern of play. Someone just fucking give him a bit.
Too easy, this, isn't it?
Often these lead to a fucking goal as well. Oh shit.
3-0.
Too easy.
Unbelievable.
So easy.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Often these
lead to a
build-ups lead to something, and they did.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking... Oh, that was just upsetting. Just upset.
Just so easy, innit? They're not even out of third gear. Look at this. Ball on the right, into Henderson. 1-2. Luke Shaw's nowhere.
Look at the run.
Not tracking his man.
Look how narrow Luke Shaw is, man.
God.
Kate
Luke
is there.
Shaw.
Pull it back in. No one's tracking. 3-0.
It's upsetting. It's embarrassing.
Look how much space is out there. Look, there's 4 of them.
And there's an element of luck to it, but it's not luck
But
when
the
they
look
do
is-
it over and
The
over.
look is him dropping off it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
and finding
saying.
the
That's what I'm
space.
saying. It's not luck when it's happening over and over again. That's literally what the point I'm making is. I'm not saying they're lucky. I'm saying the ball bounces and goes to their player, but the fact that he's by himself, no one on him, free to do what he wants, no one tracks Salah in the middle, it's fucking shit. We're playing shocking. We can't defend. On the ball, we look all right. When they have it, they score every fucking time. And these are the sorts of games that get you sacked as a manager.
Yeah.
We've seen enough football to know losing 3-0 at home
again.
to Liverpool are the sorts of games that get you sacked.
Well, there's a man who lost his job to a 3-1 defeat at Anfield.
Exactly.
And
he's right here, ladies and gentlemen, Jose Mourinho. Imagine he came out. Yeah, I know.
It's
Exactly what I'm
just-
saying.
it's just-
And that was at Anfield.
Old Trafford is going to be tricky. If we might be able to touch it up a tad bit in the last minute of the game, if we could just hear a bit of the reaction at half-time, Cam, I wouldn't mind just listening to what the fans...
Burnside is back with another super chat. It says, Sean Maguire again, every issue is on that side. Yep, it is a vendetta because they can't defend and will cost Solskjaer his job. Yeah. I mean, I don't, again, look, now, they're going to score again here.
Radio Manchester this week.
Because
Radio
it's
Manchester,
4-on-4.
I'm talking balls on Friday and I'm covering for Gaz, regular on the show. And always when I'm on, United is shit. But could be talking about all sorts. I mean...
No, he's offside there. He's got so much
But
fucking
we aren't
space.
doing the little things right in midfield. But it's like dumb and dumber them two.
Carl Hagan, we've gone 2 steps backwards this season. Time for a change of management now. This is simply embarrassing. This is fucking embarrassing. This is embarrassing. It's just the exact thing that you thought could happen, and it's happening.
Luke Shaw been booked now.
Every time, get him off. I mean, the thing is, get him off and then put him on. Tellez.
That's the problem.
He's been shit this season, Luke Shaw. Harry Maguire's been shit this
The
season.
thing is, what was upsetting me is it's like, do you know when sometimes you see these matches and they come to their natural conclusion and everything winds down and we talk about the future United, we're not even halfway through yet. I'm hearing somebody chat from Gary Neville a tiny bit and he's talking about the how we've been picked apart, but we've still got 45 minutes to go. Now, unless
This could be fucking 6
unless
now.
something incredible happens. I've got to look at the experience of our coaching staff. And could we do with someone who has got a bit more winning experience about
You've
him?
got Mick Fillin in around there. What more do you want in that in terms of experience of winning stuff? He was at United for years, winning everything. That's why he got bought back in with Ollie. Like, what else do you want from it? I don't know what.
Yeah, but he's not. What's he doing now then?
I don't
What will he
know
do
what
at
he's
half
doing
time?
now.
I don't know. Mick Fillin,
I don't know.
I'll give Mick
What's
Fillin's all right. But the other three,
Maybe
Michael Carrick. I mean,
It's-
he
it's-
obviously was a great player, but doesn't necessarily mean he's a incredible coach.
No. Sean Thomas says, someone asked Joe what else there is to talk about. You can ask that. At least now we can play with real freedom. It's shocking. And the first thing we spoke about after the goal was these are the sorts of games that get you sacked. When you put up a team out that can't defend, that can't even see the fact that Salah's an extra threat, that this is a good team. We don't seem to be making any exceptions for the fact that we're playing against a team that's probably better than us, certainly has been playing better than us. We're playing like it's any old game, except we've got a bit more energy when we're passing the ball forward.
Why can't
These are the
even
sorts of games that get you sacked.
The shining light in our team has to be our attack, and we can't even get a ball onside. Greenwood's not. I mean, I'm not pointing at Greenwood, sorry, but I'm just saying we've had 2 decisions there. We're offside both of them. At least get the basics right in the attacking. We're slagging off our defenders, but again, Bruno's been off the mark a bit. United fans being shown on TV. Just it's one of those where you become a meme now if you do something funny. That United fan who was there, fucking looking upset.
Christopher Hawkins, with I mean, presumably a bit of a joke, says, thoughts on trying to poach Thomas Frank from Brentford? He's got good hair, I trust him.
Good hair.
I mean, he has got good hair.
A manager, innit?
I think if we're going to replace Ole, it would need to be someone with more
Liverpool
experience
to a
than that.
3-3 draw?
Joe McGovern, Shaw defending the penalty spot. Every left-sided goal we concede. If it's not a tactic, it's not being corrected. Similar with centre-backs. Yeah, the coaching has been exposed today, as it has been plenty of times in the last few weeks.
Hollies at the wheel, wagons are gone.
Yeah, it's falling apart, isn't it? Again, we can't capitalise on those results. The Villarreal one, you thought, we've come back, we've played shit, but we've won. Let's push on. It didn't happen. The Atalanta one,
Just keep the ball,
we've played shit, we've come back, we've won. Didn't happen. We're not capitalising, we're not pushing on. Yeah, it can't last, can it?
It can't, and it's one of them. I felt like Fred and McTominay being back and both fit, Rashford coming back. You kind of thought this was going to be the settled side, and I think that maybe be a bit more defensive and kind of sit in a little bit and go back to what we're good at. But look at Fred and McTominay here. There's so much space in behind him, in between.
Well, like there, Ronaldo's pressed. He's only on the press.
How much space Firmino's got there?
So you can pass it to Konate. No one's pressing Konate. Then you can pass it to Firmino, and luckily McTominay's got the ball back.
He's done well, McTominay there.
But Ronaldo's pressing the goalkeeper by himself, and then he just passes it past him because he's a fucking footballer who can pass the ball. If you're gonna press, you've got to press as a team. And again, stuff like that is coaching.
Is he onside?
It just is. The way the team's set up when they're not on the ball is not good enough. And it doesn't seem to be improving.
No.
Or not fast enough for Ole to keep his job anyway. Fred out to Shaw. And then no one in the box. Rashford's fucking done incredibly well. And there's no one there, for fuck's sake! Does he have to go past the whole defence and the goalkeeper and put it in himself? He's run it from the fucking touchline all the way past everyone. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper on the touchline, and there's no one for him to pull it back to. Are we even fucking trying to score? Fuck me. What's the fucking point? You have to skin everyone, and then you have to put it in from the goal line. You have to do all of it, Marcus, because no one else gives a fuck. What's fucking going on here?
Good save. Is he onside? Doing something. Don't give a foul away. Don't get sent off your bell end.
Ronaldo's having a scrap now.
He could get sent off here.
Did he do anything?
He just lumped him. His head's gone.
Bit of a scrap. Although not much seems to be really happening, does it?
He could be gone here.
I don't know what's going on. Yellow card, Ronaldo.
Yeah, it's frustration, isn't it? I do this fucking same.
Nick Caesar, it's sad to say because he's a legend, but sack Ole, get Eric Ten Hag, offer him loads of money and wages and transfer window. I guarantee he'll sign a DM.
He gets the ball.
Just swings the ball. It just swings the leg. Yeah, it's a booking, isn't it? It's not a red. It's not a red. David McLeod, Ole out. My thesis or argument is succinct and as follows. I like this. Are we better off than last season than the season before? If yes, continue. If no, then question. We ask again in May, not now. Interesting. Giving him a long time now.
I think the reason, I think a lot of people have not are panicking a little bit with it all as well, because you've got a couple of players in there in terms of Ronaldo, Cavani, who
ticking.
Are, end of the careers kind of thing. You're not going to get this team in 3 years' time, in 2 years' time. You've only got a short window to capitalise. And, this season can be over in a week kind of thing, especially Premier League wise. Yes,
if we drop points to Liverpool, Tottenham and City in the next 3 weeks, this season in the league is over.
The league's kind of over kind of thing. Yeah. And you are then...
Probably is anyway when we lose this.
Is he getting booked as well? You're not getting set off.
Andrew Knable says today's players have too much power, can quit on a manager to get them sacked with zero accountability.
I don't think that's the case. Again, I don't think you're not seeing the same as you kind of looked under Jose.
He doesn't actually get him, does he? He's holding his head. That's fucking pathetic, to be honest, by Keita there.
Yeah,
he didn't touch his head.
I don't think this is a team that's down in tools or something like that. I don't think it's that kind of team that doesn't. But
we just look so shit.
We just look shit. You're right. It's not a.
Is he messing about here? Because from that angle we saw, it looked like he didn't even touch him. Like he brushed his chest with his studs. It hurt maybe, but he's like holding his head. Did I miss that? Darren Cox, I hope Ollie makes some radical changes for the second half and United can at least make a game of it. Cavani and Pogba in quickly. I think the idea of making a game of this is pretty much over now. I mean, we've seen 3-3 draws before, but I think we're.
It's not
to play how we would have to play to score 3 goals.
They're
scoring another.
It's one of them against. You looked at it in midweek kind of thing. We went out at Atalanta and kind of pressed up and went for it a bit. You can't do that against this lot. You can't do that. They'll just pick us to shreds if we went out and I mean they already have. I mean we've gone pressed quite high, and with a few passes here and there they've cut through us, and I think that. United can't do it again. They need to sit in a bit. There's clips there of Paul Pogba potentially coming on, but do you think if you bring Paul Pogba on for like a McTominay or Fred, is that just more chances for them? Does it make us that much better going forward without costing anything going back? And I think that he's turned again. 4-0. What is going on? How much space are you going to give him?
It's mad, isn't it?
He's on his own.
We don't need to mark anyone or try or look at the player who's the best player in the world and stand near him. Don't bother with any of that. Don't stand near any of their players. Why would you do that? The bad thing about standing near their players is it makes it harder for them to score. And apparently we want Liverpool to score. It's just simple again. It's so fucking simple every time. He turns him, he loses the ball, someone collects it. Salah stood by himself. Luke Shaw is on the penalty spot again, as he always is, every time we concede a goal, because he sees the ball and he runs towards it.
There are there.
Why are you there, Luke Shaw? Why are you there? There's 2 men there. Why are you on the penalty spot? Why would you... Sean Thomas, we won't finish ahead of City, Chelsea or Liverpool, correct, with our current form.
In the current form,
he's fourth. Well, there you go.
West Ham, we won't finish
Let me finish his super chat first, because he's paid for it, and he says what you're about to say anyway. With our current form, fourth even guaranteed.
There's some booze at half-time, definitely there.
Of course there is. Cut our losses now, Ole has to go. Fergal McLaren, sorry, Joe, but he was just going to go on to say that, and just wanted to make sure I got over that. Fergal McClements, this is the most dominated any team has been in this fixture. It's what happens when a quality team with well-drilled players plays a team with really good players that are just picked and sent out to try and do what they can. True United, this doesn't worry me at all. Would give Ole 2 seasons to win a trophy, one of our own. I mean, that almost seems like, what's it called? A bad actor. Because I can't believe it. I mean, even if you don't want the manager to get sacked, no one believes what you've just said there, I'm afraid. Juan Martinez, how do people honestly look at City, Liverpool, Chelsea's teams and think we're not just going for 4th place? Ronaldo is great, but we need a CDM and grinders. I mean, it's 4-0 in it at half-time. The game's over. At this point, we're playing to not get destroyed. Like, we've been embarrassed, we've been demolished. Say what you want.
Listen, this is just.
Let's not let it be 8.
There's lots of. I think after the Champions League game, everyone said it papered over the cracks, and unfortunately, there has been cracks along the way. There's been cracks in the Aston Villa game, cracks in the Everton game, cracks in the defeats in the Champions Leagues, and they've all come to bear today against Liverpool. When a decent side who are able to just work well together, just pick apart a United team that have just been sort of getting by, and they are highlighting everything that's been wrong. So all the different games where a little thing went wrong here, and a little thing went wrong there, and a little thing went wrong against such and such, and a little thing, they've all just merged together today to create a half-time of poor performance, poor defensive work, poor positioning. Let's just be fair. And Rashford has been the only shining light up front. Poor attacking as well. The midfield has just been broken apart. So if we're looking here to see United fans just fucking crying their eyes out, you're probably going to get it. But you're probably just going to get to the point where, because I assume other people will be here for a bit of a laugh, but you're just probably coming to the realisation that we agree with probably what you're thinking. the cracks have come to show, and they are absolutely awful to look at. 4-0 at half time. I mean, imagine if this was full time, I'd be fucking fuming.
Yeah.
If they just
Could
fancy,
be 6 or 7.
if they fancy
easy.
a bit of a laugh,
Easy.
you know, we've upset them a bit. Ronaldo kicking out, and you know, Fred putting his head up. If they fancy a bit of a go here, and let's go and get a couple more.
If we get someone sent off, which is very possible, this could literally be 7 or 8.
So what you
could
got
anyway, because every one of their goals, like we said against Atalanta, you were here with me.
Yeah.
They don't have to do anything
don't
for
have
it.
to do
They don't have to
anything.
win anything. They don't have to battle against anyone.
not had to-
You just make the obvious passes. We won't stop you, and we won't mark you.
It's like
What the fuck?
It was like what we said, and it's very much like this. It's like the FIFA Arena. Do you know when you used to, in the early days of FIFA Arena, you used to set up your set pieces and you try and score against these robot computers.
Literally,
it's like our computers. It's like our defenders are like computer.
We're
like
just set
generated
to
players,
fucking
like,
amateur at the minute, aren't we?
Don't know what they're doing, like running about. Yeah, we are. We're set to amateur. We're playing. We're not even playing a first class team because I think Liverpool can get better than this.
Yeah,
We're playing a good team.
Well, they're doing what they need to do to create chances, which is play third gear. J.E. Frasconi says, as much as United fans want Ole to succeed, myself included, it's over. Zidane should be managing this team by the time the papers are out in the morning. Whether it's Zidane or not, like I said before, these are the sorts of results that get you sacked. I'm afraid they are. Not just results,
They are
but performances.
I mean,
this is what I want. This is what I said before the game. Almost as important as the result. Again, nothing's ever as important as the result. It needed to look like two teams that were of a relatively equal footing.
Yeah.
United need to look good. Maybe Liverpool, we needed to look decent. We've looked like an embarrassment.
When was the last time we were 4-0 down at half time at Old Trafford?
Has it ever happened?
Has it ever happened?
We're in the category here of this may have never happened before.
And it's not just against anyone. It's not just against like a...
We've had Tottenham 3-0 down. I know we've had that.
Yeah, it's not just
I don't know if we've ever been
That's
4-0 down
Tottenham.
at
This
home.
is against the fucking enemy.
Because even
like
against
an
City, we
enemy.
were only 2-0 down until about 80 minutes.
So-
SG, Maguire and Shaw must absolutely hate Ole.
Maguire and Shaw have been poor. Shaw hasn't learned from any of the previous goals, has he? Out of place,
Luke Shaw's been
out of touch.
Again, this is where it's
Howson will be happy.
I mean, he's not happy. He'll only be happy.
Oh, he
But
won't be
he's-
happy.
The thing he was saying 12, 18 months ago about Luke Shaw, there was some truth behind that. There was a lot of...
Well, he's just right back there, isn't he?
And he's back to where he was at that point. He's out of position. He's not doing that. I don't think he's being helped either. I think, Fred and McTominay getting drawn to the ball as well. They're not filling the gaps in where that is. Same thing with Rashford and Mason. They're not dropping in and helping out when the fullbacks get over. We look a bit lost. We look completely lost, and this is the problem with it all. It doesn't, especially when we've not got the ball. I don't know what. No one knows what.
Ross Murphy, come on.
No, I was going to say everyone just stay off social media because the
Oh,
amount of things we've
delete
done in the future,
the lot.
the amount of things we've done in the past from our old time football, like Rio Ferdinand saying "Give the countries" and all the little memes, they're just going to be full on for the next couple of days. So if you're a United fan and you don't want to get annoyed, just stay off it because I'm going to put my phone down. I might just go on TikTok for a bit.
Ross Murphy said, this is still like the Tottenham game at home last season, only this is worse because these are our biggest rivals and it's full of
Souness got
fans.
hard on.
And also... It is actually Jermaine Defoe in the box.
This is...
I don't want to.
Yeah, and also we had the excuse of a red card last season, didn't we?
Yeah, we had an excuse for red card.
Saggy Madej says Fergie used to man marking those games. 100% Luke Shaw's fault in all 4 goals. Team loses concentration too often. Could have gone both ways at the start.
Well, look, the highlight on Sky there. Wan-Bissaka is over the halfway line. What are you doing?
Yeah,
there?
that's true. So it means Wan-Bissaka needs to come.
So now we've got
then
3
Maguire
defenders.
then goes, and then Luke Shaw.
It's
can't
a domino
stay out
effect
there.
in a way.
It's a domino effect of everything. It's not just Luke Shaw's fault. But he should
a full
recognise it.
defence.
It's the whole defence is shifting. It's what are they doing? It is honestly. I don't
man, it's
understand
so
it.
fucking bad. This.
And then the second goal. I mean, they're going to show it here.
Fucking hell.
Again, Wan-Bissaka comes up and presses Robertson, and then everyone's all over the place. I mean, it's a comedy of errors here. Bruno's not trapped back there. Rashford's not trapped back there. Trent's got all the time. I mean, Bruno is just walking back, not looking it over his shoulder. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
He's onside.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
Liam Rascola says, I've been dragged kicking and screaming to this day. It hurts so much, but he's going to have to go, isn't he? Not that I think that will fix anything. Like I said, it feels like one of those days.
It does.
Where
It feels like someone just says it's era defining, and there's
Yeah.
certain things in different managers' careers that at United have been era-defining. There was a City defeat for Moyes, which was era-defining. I think it was 3-0, and then it goes on and gets the sack. What happened then?
The lights have all changed
Did
there.
you bend down and change the lights?
Anyway.
There was a
got it in your pocket,
Van Gaal's era-defining one was an FA Cup win. So, and then he got the sack. Mourinho's was a defeat to Liverpool, which was coming, and it wasn't just the defeat to Liverpool. It was the build-up play. And now we're getting to the point. But here's the thing, and I know that you often come with a new manager comes a new bit of a good luck charm or a spree of good results. And I think if we were to get a new manager now, those spree of good results could come at a very important time when we're still in the Champions League, when we're still in a position to keep going for top four, and when we're still in. I get it, but I think if we hold on to Ollie for much longer, I just don't think he has got
the only worry is that you're making a decision here that's it's not calculated in terms of this is who you're going to get in and this is the plan with it.
Knee-jerk.
Is it just a case of getting rid of him? And then you're in the position there where you're looking at the managers that are in charge, the managers that you can get in, and you've got the likes of, there's Conte out there that would be a completely different philosophy and a different thing. It would probably be 3 at the back. Yeah. It would probably be that kind of stuff. Where does half of these players fit in? Zidane, I still have my question marks. I shared with Joe something after the Leicester game because I think everyone kind of felt that the Leicester game was maybe not an if. It was maybe it's more of an if when he gets sacked rather than an if.
Yeah.
So I was looking at Zidane and stuff, and you look at the criticisms Zidane had that he's a great manager, but what is his tactical awareness? How good is he tactically? Could he just do it with one team? Yes, he then got that team to then go and win the league. I don't know. I really don't know what the future is with it. And then is it getting a caretaker manager in? Is it getting someone else in just to steady things? And who is that manager? Who comes to manage a Ronaldo and manage this team that can come in and do it?
Here's the thing about when Ollie started at United, he was a caretaker manager. We were going to keep it to the end of the season. We got a bit giddy with him.
But again, if you're going to replace Ollie, which again, results like this, it looks like that's going to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're going to replace him, and not that I think Ollie's done a bad job on the whole, he's recovered for us from a very difficult patch. He's built a great team, but we're seeing maybe his limitations now. If you are going to replace him, it needs to be with a plan. I don't want caretaker, if you do well, you get the job. It needs to be, you're the guy and here's why. Because we don't need more of that sort of guesswork. We'll work it out once you've played a few games. We need to know who's coming in next. And it needs to be the right decision. And again, you're putting a decision in the hands of people who have made bad decisions. But, like I said, you watch games like this, I don't see a way that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the manager at the end of the season.
This may be one of...
We can all see that.
We mentioned it, one of Woodward's and the boards. I don't know who makes the decision, but Woodward's final mark on United would be maybe over the next 2 months what he's going to do before he leaves the club at the end of the year. And he hasn't... he's made some decisions in the past.
Make some fucking stinkers. Let's get to a few super chats because there's been loads. Sid says, are they even training anything defence related? Honestly, the worst defence I've seen at a top team. Same mistakes every game. Time to act now. It is same mistakes every game at the minute. I think we've heard that one.
Yeah, of course it did.
It's Jay Frasconi says it's easy to get caught up in emotion during a big blow like this, but objectively speaking, what odds or percentage chance do you place on Ole being sacked before United's next game? Before United's next game, again, we're not the ones deciding any of this. I think it's probably still 70-30 that he's manager.
It's weird because...
But I also won't be surprised if you see the
we had Andy
papers tonight.
on Friday.
When's our next game?
Next week.
Next Saturday against Tottenham.
No midweek game.
No midweek game.
Games coming up as
but
well.
We played. We had Andy Mitten in who said, "Look, the murmurs around and all this kind of stuff. There is no thought by the board or anything at Man United that says that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be sacked." There's loads of people kicked off about that. Said, how can that be the case? Yeah. But that's the thought. Like you said, Joe, these are the kind of results and things that change
expedite that kind of process.
So almost, if United get beat, it could be 6 or 7 today.
Yeah.
Where you kind of just go, that has to be you're done kind of thing.
The thing with the thing with the Tottenham game, 6-1 last year, it was.
Can you come in and complain that these chairs are broken?
Sorry, it was It was bad, wasn't it? But again, it was a kind of against Tottenham. Yeah. It was a red card in the first half, and things didn't. There was a couple of excuses.
The other excuses were this team's not ready yet.
Yeah, this team's not ready yet.
It's early in the season, so we've still got a chance. We're still early in the season.
No fans were there as well. If you remember that.
Things, but this is a different game.
So you've got a full. If you're the board and you're the brand and you're in charge of United, you've got a packed out Old Trafford. You've got the world watching. It's a 4:30 kickoff. Liverpool United. It's around the globe. This game. I can bang on about that, but we need to build up the importance of it. And you've got a team outclassing one by 4 goals to 0 at half time.
At home as well.
At home, and there was just nothing to it. So a knee-jerk reaction might be coming because sometimes brands just do it, and not these people don't necessarily make it for footballing decisions. These people, they just make it because of other circumstances, which is weird because we're a football team, but there's so many other factors in play for.
Gaz Kapoor says, "Am I the only one who's still not worried? Yes, losing in this manner sucks, but trust the process."
No,
I'm worried. I think, and this isn't a dig
Danny
at you.
Dyer fucking.
People have a go at us for defending the manager and defending all this. I'm worried. This is, like we said, these are the sorts of games that sort of push past any kind of. We maintain hope, we maintain this because these are the games where you get sacked.
The past couple of seasons, and the past couple of seasons when United have had bad results or bad runs of games and stuff, you kind of saw things, and they always ended in Manchester United finishing second, and again, getting to a cup final and all this kind of stuff, and not really any really bad results in terms of this. This seems, again, it's Ollie's 3rd season. That everyone said he was going to get there. There is no excuse. Yes, there's questions about midfield and stuff like that, but there was no. This squad's there. He's got everything now. Yeah. The bench that he's got there. He's choosing who he's picking and stuff like that. It's not a glaring thing for me. It's not like when you've got you had Jose and you're like, he's not playing Paul Pogba and Herrera. He's playing Fellaini and McTominay.
People are leaving.
There's
a lot of United fans leaving
Old Trafford, which is a bit odd.
Compost Smurf says, Ollie apologist channel. I mean, are you actually watching and listening to what we're saying at the minute? That isn't currently happening.
And it's not a case of saying you need to give him time and all this kind of stuff. I think that whether the board think they're going to sack him, I don't think at the minute they've got the plan of doing that. If it goes really bad today, they're going to have a think of it all. Yeah. But again, it's making that split decision, and not having. My worry all the time is, and people compare us to Chelsea and stuff like that, or have done all the time. The one thing Chelsea have done for the past 10 years
for Greenwood,
Mason Greenwood, for the last 10 years, maybe longer, is sack manager, get a new one, back him, does well. Yeah, they've done that for a long, long time. They've got the system in place. You know that's the case. Manchester United have never done that and been successful with it.
It is era-defining these photos.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you can't ignore any of that.
It's very much similar to the 6-1
against City.
We still had Sir Alex Ferguson then, and we still go on to win the Premier League after that. But it's era-defining this. Yeah. And one thing I just saw, Andy Mitten just tweet then, you've got to just make sure Liverpool just don't score anymore here. Yeah. And it's 4-0. But I think they'll be watching the highlights, they'll be hearing the fans giving them jip. They'll be like, right. And Klopp might just have it in him today. Just go, let's just fuck these up. Let's just absolutely fuck these up. Let's humiliate the defence.
That's a booking. Alpha Omega can't going forward. We've been okay, but I think we still can't believe. I still can't believe. Sorry, that Pogba got benched over McTreeroot. Also, like any other team, you get the feeling they're going to score each time they attack.
Bad tackle that.
We don't leave here with 10 men on the pitch.
No, I think they're sending off.
We don't leave here with 10
Alpha Omega says, Conte and Zidane, laughing face, get in Potter. I mean, I can't begin to discuss that.
I have to agree with the Pogba situation. I think we should fought fire with fire.
He's only ever coming on in this game and starting where he is now, on the left-hand side or right-hand side or wherever he is in a foot. He's not playing in midfield. We've been bad in midfield. We'd have been worse with Paul Pogba. I've not seen Paul Pogba have a game in midfield against a big team.
Here we go, set-piece specialist. This is like, we get frustrated.
I'm so frightened here.
Do you know when we get frustrated by these things that come out about the people on top giving out contracts to people with power? I feel like we've just like signed this specialist, because he might want a couple of quid off us. We've done fuck all. He's done fuck all. And they're sitting there rubbing their hands together, getting paid more than we'll probably ever get paid in a year.
In a week. David McLeod, if another manager comes in, we will almost certainly need to wait another 2 or 3 years as they rebuild, move players in and out and get their project.
But I don't think so. I think he adopts the squad, whoever it is, of a team full of good individuals who might just need a bit of management to get him into a great team.
I still think we've got one.
Short one in midfield, but they might be able to do something. The rebuild that Ollie had to do, let's be fair to it, it was a crazy midfield. It was deteriorating. It wasn't great. He had to do a good bit of work there. And I think that he comes in and inherits a squad now that can be changed. Sancho, Varane, Maguire, these players are big, strong players who might just need a bit more confidence to them.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, Greenwood,
and that's the
Rashford.
thing though, isn't it? We're at the position now where, let's say, it's looking like I said, Ollie's not going to be the manager at the end of the season. You don't get to have games like this as Man United manager. But so now we're at the position where you're at your job, you hate it, you think, fuck it, I'm quitting. If we sack him this second, I hope we've got a plan. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I hope we've got a plan. Because you don't want to quit the job without having another one lined up, because otherwise we could be completely fucked. I hope we've got a man in mind if we do that. But again, you don't get to have games like this as Man United manager. You don't get to lose 4, 5, 6-0 at home to Liverpool and keep your job. That's just how it goes, isn't it? You know, I can't see another way around it, to be honest. ORA82 says, give Ollie more time. And that's a quote apparently from the rest of the league. Sticks says, sick of this garbage team with gutless players. We'll lose 7-0 as we are Norwich level. Interesting.
But little things like that, you've just... I mean, it's a foul, but you've just absolutely stitched him up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you know, United fans leaving Old Trafford, it doesn't look like there's too many, let's be honest.
There's a few hundred left, won't there? It's as bad as I've seen that first half.
Sometimes if I go for a wee now, we score.
Go on then.
I do need a wee. Would anyone like a top of any water or anything?
No.
What's up, Cam? Did you think it was 4-4? Looking like that's going to have a little...
Fucking Pogba's dispossessed in the middle. They're going to score again. Salah's through. There you go.
5-0.
Pogba dispossessed. One ball through. There you
Mo
go.
Salah. Wow.
Yeah.
This
Don't get any better, does it?
This could be 8.
Could be 8 easy. Could be 8 this. Could be anything. This could be 9-0.
7. Might be on camera if we get 8 in this. Fucking hell.
Salah with a hat-trick. What happens here? Pogba.
McTominay does that.
Fred gives it to Pogba.
Pogba loses the ball.
Pogba loses it. And Luke Shaw's not with his man. Luke Shaw's not with his man. One easy pass through the defence and it's a goal. Every single goal has come from this side. Every single goal.
It's been 4. You've just been in there and Ollie's just probably said, just give yourself a bit of pride, lads, the second half. That's all he could have said to him. It's the only thing he could have said to him.
This is like pride. This is one of those historically bad games that we're ever going to see. This is literally as bad as it gets. This is as bad as it gets. It doesn't get worse than this. Burnside is back. Says $25 now. Sending one every time Shaw is out of position. Fucking hell, you can't help but fucking laugh, can you? It's just you just can't believe what you're seeing.
He's offside.
Yeah. Just beyond a joke now, isn't it? This.
We can't
to concede straight after as well. Loads of fans leaving.
No, that's them coming back out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're trying to get shots of fans leaving, but there's more coming back out the tunnel who are still having a fucking piss from half time that have missed that goal. Fergie shaking his head there, says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, not happy Sir Alex.
No, that says it all. Big exhale, shaking his head. Fucking Kenny Dalglish chuckling away.
Kick him out. You're not allowed to laugh in there.
We've got to hear about this for the rest of our lives. This game.
Yeah, this is one of them games that's...
Yeah, you hear about this for the rest of your life.
City fan telling me yesterday it was 8-9 years since the 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be one of them games, which could be worse, this.
Yeah. It's 5-0 now, and there's no reason it won't be 6. And then there's no reason it won't be 7.
No.
David McLeod, 2 or 3 years for a new manager rebuild. People want overnight success, but that's a fallacy. Aaron Dixon, I think he's on about a new manager if we were to get a new manager. Aaron Dixon says Salah's final touch was dreadful and still De Gea just stood there. Come out, man, for fuck's sake. I mean, there's almost too much to get into, isn't there, really? How can you even analyse this? Ronaldo scored.
Ronaldo scored 5-1. Comeback's on. Come on, the lads.
5-1.
Yeah. Ronaldo scored. He's offside. No, he's not. He's onside.
He's off.
Robertson playing him on far side.
I think that'll be offside.
Nah, he's onside. Robertson's playing him on. Quality from Cristiano Ronaldo. Good ball from Harry Maguire.
I think
stands up Trent. He has no chance.
If they were still drawing the lines on the pitch, I reckon he'd be off, but they might give it just because
I think he's onside.
It's close.
I think it's... They have you that. It's 5-1. Told you they'd score.
I always miss the fucking goal.
Hang on. VAR checking it. Possible offside.
Were they drawing the lines on? Yeah, he's offside.
Is he off?
Yeah.
Fucking min. Offside.
Oh, that's a shame. I don't think we're going to win now. I think that's our chances of winning gone.
That's our chances of... Oh, Cristiano.
We've been offside quite a lot today, haven't we?
Yeah.
Is that cost us, Joe?
Yeah.
I think it's the offside that's cost.
It's the offside.
What we need to realise is, look at them. Fucking hell. This is iconic, whatever way you look at it. It's iconic for this channel. It's iconic for this game. It's iconic for Solskjaer. It's iconic for the players. It'll be iconic in years to come. This is a game that will be forgotten
The other
about.
scary thing about all this is there'll be United fans that are happy now, because there's a good chance that this does cost him his job, and there'll be United fans quite happy that this is happening, and there'll all be this "I told you so" fucking manner, as if this was always going to happen.
It's a shame, innit?
Poor ball from Maguire, gives it away again.
Oh well, we just change our positive attitude, don't we?
You what?
We just change our attitude.
Have you been doing drugs in the back there while you were gone?
Fucking wish. That would change this half.
He's not. I tell you what. He's given it. Is that red?
That could be a red, that might be a red.
Does he have the penalty?
No, it's not a penalty.
Kick.
I thought it was just in... If Maguire gets
it a goal-scoring opportunity? Probably is.
Oh, I'd say it is a goal-scoring opportunity. I'd say he was going to score then, judging by the fact he scored.
He gets the ball, but he goes through the man.
First.
That might be a red. Because he's running
through
on goal, isn't
and
he?
we play with 10 men...
Booking him.
Give a yellow.
Sucking just...
I think that's...
Mercy. That's mercy from the ref, that. Because he's through on goal there. And Maguire trips him up.
Do we generally have to sit here if they score more than 6?
I don't know what the protocol is. We have to smash that glass with the red
protocol where we could just probably leave the stream running and we just go sit over there.
And just cry. And just scream.
Scream.
And now and again just read super chats from the back. You go watch one.
Go on it.
I mean, if this is 6 and we've still got half an hour to play, this could...
What do you think is going through the players' minds here?
I don't know. They're just thinking...
Not going to get my fucking win bonus.
Not six. I think that's what they're thinking.
I'm not watching this because this just fucking looks like it's going straight in.
It looks...
Honestly,
it looks like...
Jesus.
I feel like they're going to score.
Who was in net for the 6-1? De Gea? Doesn't half help
I think so. I don't remember.
2011-12. It might have been Van der Sar, actually.
Really? No, I feel like it was De Gea's first year.
Anyway, free kick to Liverpool. What is it? 18 and a bit yards out. Salah hits it, blocked by the wall.
It's not a goal.
Might be now, though.
Hang on.
Crosses it in. Corner.
Got a corner.
Burnside is back, says 2 years ago, Roy Keane said, this same group of players will down tools and throw the manager under the bus. Juan Martinez, Jose Mourinho said, Luke Shaw used his body with my brain. I was making every decision for him. He has to change his football brain.
We can't say that Luke Shaw wasn't good last year and all this. And you can't go
Luke
back
Shaw
and
was
say
great last year.
Miss out a year of his career and how good he's been.
No.
But
he's been shit
this
year.
all over the place at the minute. And
he is.
What that means and what that changes, Alisson coming out here, absolutely
doing what he wants.
Piss. Wan-Bissaka losing the ball. What are you doing?
This is madness. It's just like
It's gone, it's gone.
What I don't get is the fact that I don't think much is shit. I feel like Ollie's going for the getting the equalisers. I don't
it's
know
hard,
about
isn't it? Well, he's in the position now where, like I said, he's playing for his fucking
what
job.
they're telling Cavani there.
And also, do you sit back against this and look like you aren't even trying, or do you go for it, have a bit of pride, and probably lose 6 or 7-0? There is no. We're just in a position where the failure is. The failure is complete. This doesn't. It can get worse, but there's no good way to end this game. Like, there's no way where you go, you know what, that doesn't happen. So it's either decide whether you want to lose 7-0, giving it a go, or whether you want to sit back and get told that you're a coward because you sat back at 5-0 down. There's no winning this. We've already fucked it. That's it.
I don't know who's going to bring Cavani on for. Rashford?
Maybe Rashford. Just
Ronaldo.
Come back from injury.
You can't
take Ronaldo off for this, I think.
You can't take a midfielder off.
No, surely not. He's not doing that. He's not. That's just fucking playing Russian roulette, that, innit?
I'd just take Ronaldo off. His job is done. Even if all he does is score goals, but we don't need them. We just need a bit of work.
That's true. Bruno crossed it in straight to Konate.
The one bit of quality we had all day and he's offside.
Yeah. Danny Dillinger, this is so bad it's funny. I think Ollie should be the bigger man and step down. Let Fred be the manager. Fred the red. He plays with his head. There you go.
I just fucking... If this was me now as an Ollie, I'd just go get your man to give me the mic, Alan Keegan. And I'd announce it. I'd announce it here. Listen, boys, I'm done. Get a round of applause.
I don't think you get a round of applause.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Just that.
He's gone, isn't he?
Is he off?
Has he been booked already, Wan-Bissaka?
No, it's Pogba.
Oh, sorry. On that right hand side.
That's a bad tackle, that.
That night tick on the back is too big, isn't it?
On Klopp's jacket. He jumped into that, didn't he?
Is the low?
Don't know.
Think you're bringing the low on.
Oh, that's a red, isn't it? That's close to being a red these days. We could have had a couple sent off here.
We will
can't do
not
that
leave.
anymore. That's a red card. That's a red card, man. What are you doing? That's a leg breaker. That he's lucky to stay on the pitch here if he does.
I think he might. He's got to send him over.
It's a red card. That's a red card. If the VAR that is off, that's a red card. Clearly. Clearly a red. He's diving in 2-footed.
Is he going over?
Oh my
God!
He's
checking it. It's a red. Of course, it's a red.
Pogba,
like, we've just seen what he's done.
I was backing you. You've been on the pitch
12 minutes.
15 minutes, and you're going to get sent
it's
off.
not as bad as Gerrard at Anfield when he came.
This is so bad.
It is a red. Look at him. That's a red card. You can't do that. You can't dive in off the floor, straight leg into his shin. That's a red card. In 2021, that's a red card. It just is, isn't it? Let's be honest. Look, that's a red card. He's above the ball. He gets his shin. It's a red. Look at that. He's off the floor, man. Of course he's going to give it. It's a red.
It's gone.
He's off.
It's gone. Paul Pogba, we're down to 10 men.
United Channel says against Atlanta, the players were backing Ole. Now they're not. Wake up, people. The tactics.
That just sums it up. That's so silly. So stupid, that is... You are 5-0 down and you've just done that. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've just come on to settle things up. That's literally what you've come on to do.
Yeah.
You've come on for an attacker to calm things down a bit, hold possession and do a bit of that.
And the thing is, you don't get extra points for coming on and putting a couple of crunching tackles in. We're 5-0 down. Just have some fucking respect for the team you're playing for. You come on and you're diving in. It's been a disgrace from top to bottom. And that sums it up. That sums it up. You haven't been brought on to try and get a bit of, didn't Paul Pogba do well? It was only 5-1. You come on to try and create something from the middle and shore it up so we don't get fucking pummeled and you get sent off straight away.
Is he going? He got to be going 3 at the back, surely, or something.
I don't know.
They've got the stretcher out for this. Who is it?
Cater, isn't it? I don't know who it is.
There's the set piece, lad.
Yeah.
Where do I go now that we've only got 10 of us?
He's only been here for 2 months. He's going to be packing his stuff up at the end of the day.
Hope he's not got a fucking 6-month rent contract or something.
Yeah. Rashford's coming off for Cavani.
No, or for Delo.
What's this?
They've got the wrong number, lads. It doesn't matter, does it? They're both coming on. Bruno's coming off as well.
Bruno and Rashford coming off for Cavani and Delo.
Is that 3 at the back? Is that Delo playing?
I just take.
So it's not Rashford then. It is Rashford as well.
Rashford
Okay.
and Bruno.
Mike Dean stopping Cavani running on because Rashford wasn't quite at the fucking touchline. I mean, have a word with yourself.
I think it looks like he's saying 3 at the back there. Delo's on left wing back by the looks of things.
Stretch it off there.
Now, which is never
Keita, isn't
good
it?
to see.
I mean, he was halfway up his shin, wasn't it?
It didn't
He could have
look like
easily.
anything but
It wasn't like a
leg
fucking
breaker,
smashed
but
to bits, but it could be a ankle
Some
ligament
ligaments, something.
injury. It could be a fractured bone. It could be anything. He's fucking jumping through the air, studs up, lands on his shin. That's why you get sent off, because those tackles can be so dangerous.
I can't. That's madness, isn't it?
Yeah. Surely you've got that about you to not do that.
It all came from they took a short corner or a short free kick or something, and Pogba wasn't switched on to get the ball back, and he's
done that.
And then
There's
he's
me asking for him to come on.
dived in there.
And he's just absolutely ruined a player. It's just fucking, it's ridiculous. Like I say, Chamberlain's on now as well. We got who knows how many minutes added time. United are down to 10 men.
10 men.
If this ends 5-0,
We've done well.
He
We've
should
had a good
stay
last
in.
night.
like here's something I've never said in my life. I'd take 5-0 now, because it ain't getting any better than this.
No.
This really could be 7, 8, 9. It could be anything.
Breathe
I'd
it
take
in.
5-0. What the fuck am I saying? Down to fucking 10
He's
men.
left 2 strikers on.
It's mad how Ronaldo's staying on. Like, he's the goal scorer. He doesn't press. He doesn't do much in the midfield. And we don't need goals, because we're not going to get 6 goals and
We
win the
need 10
game,
of
are we?
them behind the ball.
We needed. It's just.
I think
It's,
Ronaldo's
I think we're playing 5 at the
stupid.
back, aren't we?
Yeah.
He's
But then it's a
stupid. He's thick. The thick.
5-2-2. Just even then. Look how much space he's got.
Max K says, I'm just sad that this is how it ends with Ole. Yeah, me too.
I mean, there's no guarantee.
No, there
There's
isn't,
no
but
guarantee
come on.
that it is how he ends.
We've
but
all seen enough football to know that you don't come back from this.
I don't think you come back. Does it happen this week, though?
Yeah, well, that's another matter, isn't it?
Does it
When did it
happen
happen?
tonight?
But it's happening. It could happen tonight. It could happen tonight.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not just. It's just the embarrassing bit about everyone being here, Fergie being here, all the managers being here, the celebs being here. You know.
Fuck them.
You know, but
Celebs.
but what I'm saying
All the
is
celebs.
the pressure is there. And look at this
all
outside.
now
Where
there's
is that camera? Is it a helicopter?
Must be.
Is it a
Drone,
drone?
maybe?
It looks too good to be a drone. That. Liverpool fans have a great time.
Yeah, unsurprising. Liverpool fans enjoying themselves. Someone
We
said
never seem to be the ones to do this to other teams. You know what I mean? In our recent history,
Not
we always
recently.
seem to be the ones
Arsenal
to.
did it too.
Arsenal too, I suppose. That's the one any of us.
what, big teams?
We always
Or just
seem
generally?
to be on the battering side of.
Well, we beat Southampton 9-0 last season.
When have we ever beat Chelsea more?
We beat them 4-0.
But it wasn't.
It's
It wasn't
not
the same.
as embarrassing
Again,
as
it
it-
wasn't nowhere near this.
No, of course it's not. But these results don't happen often, do they? In clubs' histories, let alone recent history. You know, that's why we're saying this is such an iconic moment for not just Ole, not just this team, but this is an iconic moment in the history of English football. The 2 most successful teams, the biggest rivals, one of them's losing 5-0 at home. These are the results that go down forever. So it don't happen very often, but when it does, it's fucking appalling.
When it rains, it pours.
We've never lost at home 5-0 to Liverpool, apparently. I mean, don't surprise me.
No.
Here we go.
They won, there's the best results. They beat us 7-1 in 1985.
But that was at Anfield. Or wherever they were playing in 1895.
1895 is history-making stuff, this.
They showed the 4-1 today on Sky, where did Gerrard score 2 penalties as well or something? And what's his name scored in the last minute, Desena and stuff. But again, they were same with the City result. They were all goals towards the end of the game when the game was already obviously dead. This is, like you said, this is
Yusuf
got a long way left.
in the comments says, "Why aren't you lot pissed off?" I mean, honestly, do you think we're not pissed off?
Joyous, don't we?
Like, that's either one of two things. Either you can't see that we're just deflated, distraught. You know, you can't just sit and scream for 90 minutes. Or the opposite is maybe he wanted to tune in to see people screaming and ranting and looking more pissed off. It's just complete, it's a complete failure from top to bottom, isn't it? It's as bad as it gets in terms of football. You can't, I'm not just going to stand there and scream for 90 minutes and swear and have a go. And you get to a point, we're 5-0 down. We're 3-0 down after fucking 30 minutes. What can you say for another 90 minutes, for another 70 minutes?
What are we gonna do?
This is it. You're just fucking upset. Just upset. Just shit. Mark Hatton, enough is enough. I've supported Ollie all the way, but this is unforgivable. Something needs to change.
Again, it's not a get him out the door, but it's a case of I don't see it getting better.
No, there's nothing.
You don't come back from this, do you?
He had the results he had. The Leicester result last week was bad. You then have Atalanta in midweek and stuff, and it, you can see things improving. To come out today and look, Ollie in his time, he's got the big games in the Premier League spot on most of the time. For him today to set up as he is, where it's kind of this, it's we've kind of gone at him a bit and not kind of in the past we've sat in and defended and.
Look at that, look. Straight through the whole midfield. It's a 1-2 and they're through a whole midfield, and if not for a bad touch by Jota, they're through on goal. Yeah.
He's not done that. He's not sat in. He's kind of gone for it. I mean, they're showing Jadon Sancho. Yeah, bring him on now. That'll change things. That'd have changed things today. Playing Jadon Sancho. Yeah.
Is it these are the results where you just. It's not even. I mean, obviously it's what's happened on the pitch, but no matter how bad a team is, no matter whether we've been relegated, we're in the fucking Championship, whatever, Manchester United have to put a better performance together than this against Liverpool. No matter where the clubs are, no matter who's doing what, who's successful, who isn't, we aren't that bad a team to be doing this. That's why, as we said before, these can be those decisive games where you do sack your manager after these sorts of games, because we aren't actually this bad. This is more than just one team being better than the other. Liverpool don't beat fucking Burnley 5-0 every week. It's about players not willing to do what they're being told or aren't being told the right things. We've seen United play Liverpool multiple times under Ole. We beat them last season. We haven't had a great record against them, but this has never happened. The reason manager gets sacked after these sorts of games is because they show more than just one team's better than the other. They show the players aren't playing, the manager doesn't know what to do. They highlight so much, which is why the manager gets sacked. It's more than just we haven't shown up and they've been good. It shows that everything is wrong at the moment.
To set this team up as it has today, and for them to, I don't know, it's completely lost in it.
Yeah.
From back to front, there was no. Again, it sounds mad. You go back the first kick of the game, we got through and Bruno could score, and it could be a completely different day, but he didn't. To then concede 5 minutes later, and at the same time, it's one of them. You know Liverpool. I mean, I've said it all week. I think we've all said it all week. You don't let them score first. You don't let them come out flying.
Dalot just jogging. If not for a great save, it's 6-0. Ivan Chung, I'm sure there'll be change after this, but with the club structure and the Glazers, will it be any different? To be honest, more than just manager change. That's my concern. That's my concern with all of this. I mean, obviously, this is my concern, but you sack the manager, let's put big decisions back in the hands of Woodward and the Glazers, and we've seen that that's not worked out. So,
it's the same feeling that we had after Jose.
Yeah.
It was that was the right time then to get him done. That was the right time for him to leave United.
Yeah.
It was toxic. It was horrible. I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same kind of thing. And there's nothing like it was so clear on the Jose. You just need to let these guys play, whereas it doesn't see that now. The worry now, and same worry after Jose, is that what next? Yeah. like you said, the Jose again. When we went for Jose Mourinho, that was the odds on. That was this is going to work.
Guarantee.
This is the guarantee. Give him these players, give him this much money, he'll bring you trophies. It didn't happen for many different reasons.
Not the big trophies anyway.
Not the big trophies. You then come back and you switch things up again. You get Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in that's new and has kind of brought a bit of a feel-good factor back to Man United. I think in general has got recruiting. I think 10 times better. I think nearly all of his signings have been a success. I think there's probably only Donny that you kind of look around and go, he's not getting played, he's not worked out or whatever. Even Dan James that people questioned has now gone on and, you can make a profit on a player like that. But what then happens next? You bring in a Conte where you're going to have to start again. It's a different system and yes, he'll probably maybe be able to work with this group of players, but in the summer he's going to then refresh things again. I don't know. It's not about. This isn't a. This is a reason to keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's. I don't know what goes next with this because I don't think they've thought that far ahead.
Yeah, that's true. But I think there's certain managers who could take this by the scruff of the neck and do wonders with it. And we just got to make sure we find that person. I get about starting again is. I understand where you're coming from, but I do think we got a decent squad enough to someone to pick up where Arlen might have left off. You look at Tuchel and what he did with Chelsea. He picked up from a Lampard squad that wasn't incredible. They went on to win the Champions League, which obviously is a knockout competition, but he's changed the way they play and he's used a squad from last season which was filled with good talent and he's managed to pull stuff out of it. If we can find someone like that who can rescue this season and then build and add a couple of players to it, because that's all Tuchel did is add a couple of really sensational players like Lukaku.
Oh my God,
he's over it.
What I'm saying is that there is some people who can change it without having to think, let's give him 2 years. Tuchel goes on to win the Premier League this year, which is looking likely.
Yeah.
It took him a year. It took him
but that's Chelsea though.
What I'm saying is there is certain managers
but he hasn't won the league yet. You can't say it's took him a year to win the league because he hasn't won it.
I think. But the other thing is that is Chelsea. But Chelsea also had a core of players all the way through that had won league titles for Chelsea, and the likes of they still had Aspilicueta, they still had Thiago Silva, they still had Jorginho and Kovacic who won titles in all these different places. You had a core of players there that were right. Now, do United have that? Yes, we have. Varane. Is Maguire there? All these different things. What I'm saying is it's not a case of that. It's the case of if you bring someone in the Conte that is so different, is so, he's probably the best manager available. He's probably, in terms of a coach who you've seen make drastic changes at football clubs, in terms of systems and all that, he's probably the best manager available. But like I've said, Jadon Sancho, does he fit into a Conte system that we've just spent £75 million on? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, does he
Jadon Sancho doesn't play now.
No, he doesn't. But does he even is he out the door straight away?
And also, he has played a lot of games this season. He's not. You can't say he doesn't play. He's not playing in this game, but he plays for Man United. Anyway, we've got a few super chats. Detwork says, "Give it house until the end of the season." If you ever heard the term, things can't get any worse, they can. Battleson, I know we're all super frustrated, but sacking Ole now is not the solution. Interesting. Board has no backup planned as he just signed a new contract. One bad month doesn't change long-term plans unless this continues till Christmas. Again, whether he gets sacked or not, the idea that we should have a plan in place, that's everyone would agree with that. We need to have a plan whatever happens, because again, I said then, you see people saying, in part of your head thinks, well, it can't get any worse. It can, and we've seen how it can, and it's been 8 years without a league title. It's going to be 9 by the time May rolls around. It can be 10 and 15 and 20 and 30. Ask Liverpool fans. We do have to have a plan. We do have to be thinking medium term, because if not, you can just go 30 years without winning it. They were the best team in England by a mile through the 80s, and from 1990 onwards, they didn't win a league title for 30 years. So it can get worse. We do have to have a plan, but it doesn't seem at the minute like you can see Ole being part of that. Joe McGovern, Ole's brought big money players in for every position. There's no excuse for the performances. A shame, as the players are the envy of other clubs. And J.E. Frasconi says, I asked earlier, what chance do you give of Ole being sacked before the next game? That was a goal and a red card ago. I give it 99%. I can't imagine him managing this team again after this disaster. I don't know, to be honest.
99%'s a bit too strong.
I guess.
I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's 99% he goes, because I think we were so sure last week that he wasn't going. I don't think the board were. I think
that's the problem, isn't it? They were like, we're behind him. Now if he does get sacked, which again we've said repeatedly tonight, you can see, or you would almost expect. Do we have a plan? Because 4 days ago the plan wasn't to sack Ole. So we're scrambling our papers together for step 2 after that, aren't we?
This is the whole thing. It goes back to when Fergie was around. You should always have your idea of what's going to happen next. I'm sure Liverpool are already looking. Look, Klopp's not going anywhere anytime soon, but they should be looking that if he decides, I want to go and manage Germany now, or I want to go and do that, or he wants to take a break. Guardiola at City, there should be. They'll have a plan in place for who are the next 3 that we're going to go for. Who are the next 2 we're going to do? United should have had that plan before the start of this season, whether they're backing Ole or not. Is you have an idea of here's the short list of managers next. Here's what takes it to the next level. If Ole doesn't work out, if he does work out, or it kind of fizzles out, or whatever happens, you should have that plan. And I don't think we do. These names getting bandied about. It's just like.
Well, how wild was it when Mourinho got sacked? Ole came in. Do you remember that? I thought it was a bit of a. So was that a pre-plan, or was that something knee jerk?
That was knee jerk. That was Jose needed to go. But I think that at the same time, it was horrible at that stage. Not just the football, but the whole way that Jose was treating players and stuff. Not just that, he was pissing off a few of his major players. Martial wasn't getting in the team, and they were saying that he wasn't going to play. You've then got Paul Pogba, who wasn't getting in the team and was having the problems. Luke Shaw as well. There was 3 or 4 players that Jose had just written off and was getting rid of, and wanted to replace him with Danny Rose and Perisic, who would now either at Watford or retired kind of. That was the kind of mood that Jose was in. Whereas this isn't the same, but I don't know. I really don't know what goes next, because these are just passing it about. I'm surprised they've not had more shots, to be honest.
They're not trying to know, are they? I think if there's an obvious gap, they'll try and find it, but they just kept the ball for the last 20 minutes. I feel like I'm not even seeing the game anymore.
No.
It's just another level, innit?
That camera's in my way.
Yeah. Alpha Omega says, disappointed we're only defending now. We should get new talent on an attack. Again, what are you going to do? What, just lose? Is 5-0 or 6-0 worse than 7-8, 9-0? I don't know. Just that's what I mean. We're in that position where it's gone, innit? Don't really matter. Just get to the end of the game. Gio Franco, this game was just garbage. How did England make the Euro final with Maguire and Shaw? Haven't even mentioned the mids today. Also utter garbage. I can't look at anyone and say they've been good, to be honest. I don't know who you would say has been good. Even De Gea's not been great. Like there's no redeeming qualities to this game at all, is there? Nothing where you look at it and you say, no, they were pretty good. Rashford started all right, but it's just been awful, hasn't it? Top to bottom.
Yeah, it's not been good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a question you probably have. Yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? It's
just one of those. The game. Nothing you can say. Liverpool just keeping the ball. United unable to get it off him. It's got to be fucking 90% possession last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, it said 88% possession there in the corner.
Was it? I missed that.
To 12%. Yeah, fucking hell.
Billy Hodges, this is it now, lads. I don't see why they wouldn't get rid of him before the next game. It's going to happen regardless. Get it over with. We'll see.
Have we got the next games that we can have a look at?
Tottenham,
City. Atalanta, City.
Yeah. I mean, but does he? When do they sack him? I guess if you believe they're going to sack him, do you sack him in 7 days? What, someone else come in? I just don't want. Who wants it? Who wants the goal bonus? I just don't want the caretaker situation to happen.
Well, I might have to for a bit.
You're gonna. I mean.
But then sometimes we settle with the caretaker, and we have another 2 years of this. Where experience is lacking.
That's the whole point in all this, isn't it? That there isn't an idea or a plan or something around this, and you wouldn't be surprised if you got someone mad in bloody Steve Bruce in for a few weeks.
Steve Bruce.
Honestly, who knows who's about?
The fuck are you on about?
Sean Thomas, look at the league table and our position. Look at our fixtures. The longer we give Ole to prove himself, the less we'd be able to salvage from the season. This is more of a culmination.
This is what I'm getting
at.
You want to fix the damage before it's too late. You want to make sure you're on top of it before it may be too late to even progress in the Champions League.
Here's the thing: there is no guarantee that. This is the thing: no guarantee changing a manager changes things. It might make things better for a little bit.
That's what I
yeah. Doesn't guarantee you win the league. Doesn't guarantee you do a Tuchel and win the Champions League. That was pretty rare what he did.
Yeah,
it's not the norm.
I've spoken about Kieran and McCarrick, and I get it. But they've both got nothing to show in their back catalogue that they've done anything. Phelan has, but again, look him. What does he bring to the squad? And we have to show that the elephant in the room is that Fergie was just maybe too fucking good at his job. And I'm not taking anything away from what Phelan might contribute to that, but maybe there was an overwhelming, authority.
Well, Fergie was pretty good, wasn't
Fergie was fucking unbelievable.
Juan Martinez De Gea has been great this year, but the team was better last season with Hendo in net. Henderson better statistically than Dave for the last 3 years too. It's just it almost seems pointless talking about anything, doesn't it? At the minute,
it's one of them. Like people have talked about Sancho, Donny van der Beek, and Henderson as the keeper. Doesn't matter. Again, it's that old cliche quote. If United put 11 players out, they should be better than this. It doesn't matter who they are. Yeah. Right? You should. If we'd have played our 11 kids today at the reserve team, you'd expect them to put up a better shout than this.
Yeah.
Delo, McTominay, and we've missed
hilarious.
from a yard
That was
out.
crazy.
McTominay's got a free header, 1 yard out.
Crazy.
Cavani's hit the bar from a yard out.
Yeah.
Just honestly, keep the goal difference down. McTominay's onside, Cavani's onside, and he's missed from a yard out. Sums up the day. Good ball from Delo, though. Don't fucking lose this, Fred.
Oh, you're fucking joking, boys. Get onside for fuck's sake.
Oh, shit.
Fingers crossed it doesn't get to anything past 5-0 here. Because, like you say, that 6 is awful.
Nice number, is it?
That's it. I know people might think I'm talking shit, but that 6 is awful. 5-0, shake it off. But 6.
I don't think we're shaking off 5-0, to be honest. I think this is about as disastrous as it gets.
Maybe a good time to mention me and you have got a podcast coming out where we don't have to be
Absolutely
miserable.
not. Absolutely not.
Why? Might as well plug it.
Don't talk about anything, to be honest.
Anyway, if any United fans want to cheer themselves up, me and Joe will be talking about shitting ourselves once a week on a podcast. Alex, you got any shit yourself stories?
No, I'm not actually.
You're not allowed on the podcast.
I mean, we're just waiting to the end of it. Should we just end this now? To be honest.
No, let's keep it.
Why? We're watching. There's nothing to watch for, is it? We're still going to watch the game, but I don't think we need to be sat here for the rest of this deal. To be honest, we've got a super chat. Bathurst says Maguire, Shaw, and McSauce haven't come back from the Euros. We need Varane and Sancho to settle in. Also, give him time, and let's plan an alternative in the background in case of a worst case scenario. Knee jerk may make it even worse. And LJ says, "You lads got anything nice for dinner?" No.
We'll stay on. May as well stay. There's no put. May as well stay.
I can't plug.
It's not good.
Go subscribe to Wing It.
For fuck's sake.
It's a year old.
Is it? I did say that.
MS Doon says feeling until the international break and then Conte in.
Yeah, but I'm feeling. I get feeling. I like that he knows the club, but he's a bit like bring a mate along on a party. Like I don't feel like.
That's
no,
harsh. I think that's a.
I think
he had a stint with Hull. He failed. He failed at Hull.
Yeah, but we're not bringing him.
We're surrounded by teams that people have failed at Hull, failed at Cardiff.
But we're not bringing him in on a 6-year deal. That's no one's suggesting that.
The thing that I'd never get with the caretaker stuff is it's different when Ollie comes in from outside.
What would Phelan have done now that he can't tell Ollie to do now?
And again, that's what I'm about to say. I don't get this. Give it, the same thing that happened with Newcastle now. They brought in the assistant coach, is now the head coach.
Why wouldn't he be chatting?
What's the point in that?
I don't get it. I don't get that.
Unless he's sat there going, I won't be playing him, or why aren't we doing things differently? And I don't get it. I don't get that change.
That's what I mean. I make feeling he knows United. He's been there. He's got history with the club. But I don't think he does anything by himself now that Ollie couldn't have done together as a team. So I just don't get that. I just don't get it.
Alpha Omega says, "Hey, at least you look good." Cheers, man. Thank you. Lawazi says, "Who's the best captain for United in this team? Who can lead us?" But I don't know.
I think Aaron Maguire's getting stripped to the captaincy.
Bruno, Rashford. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what happens with it all. It's
people saying Ten Hag. Well, we'll see, won't we?
You know, if this is the with the last 4 minutes, this is the last time Ollie's in charge of United. Who knows? There's been some good moments, hasn't there?
There has, but let's talk about them.
When are we going to talk about
it? Because I think it's harsh to read his obituary before he's dead.
I'm not reading it. I'm just literally
you are a little bit.
I just want to say what his highlight's been.
Which is an obituary.
And when you... Well, no. It's
no,
like...
I know. I would just... Yeah, let's just see what happens.
Just get rid of the fucking ball, man.
Let's see what happens. We've got 5 minutes left.
He's not going to get sacked in 5 minutes, is he?
Of the game.
Kim Ronaldo just lumped out of play there. His head's gone on it.
Who's? Everyone's?
Ronaldo's.
Yeah.
Don't just hands on hips it, lad. You need to keep running, mate.
Frasconi again with the super chat. The board can't be shocked. Europa League final loss last year. Premier League losses to Villa and Leicester already. Champions League losses to Young Boys and 2 comeback CR7 miracles. United have been poor. It's not just today. Ollie should go now.
Offside, maybe? Yeah,
probably,
wait for it. There we go.
We love being offside, don't we? Ajax have beat Juve. PSV, sorry. Ajax have beat PSV 5-0. Coincidence?
The Classico score?
I don't know.
Have a look for the score. 14 goals in 10 appearances for Mo Salah this season. I took him off my captaincy. Thought might have a good chance today.
Madrid beat Barca 2-1. 2-0 up, and then Aguero scored in the 97th minute.
Talk about someone else in the shit. Looking at Koeman. They're all over the place as well, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Just passing the ball about now.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the end now, aren't we? Nothing you can say, yeah. Has the ref ever ended the game early?
Yeah, just gone, fuck it, let's do that.
I don't think we need any stoppage time, do we?
What your mate say?
Dan.
He's not happy, did he? I've never seen that. He made Jordan sad, Man United. Jordan's sad. Everybody's sad. It's not good, is it?
Ross Murphy said, I've never been Ollie out, but I'm not like that. But this now doesn't look good and don't see how we can turn it around. Yeah. I think that's where you look at what you see and it's hard to see that, isn't it?
He just feels about his best bits like Big Brother.
Not yet.
Why? When?
Wait. Get him on the couch first, outside of it. You don't do it whilst he's
Sometimes if it was the final, they do best bits before they reveal the winner.
Definitely not the final, is it, though? This is...
Could be the final.
This is voted out early.
Sering Donned Up, says, yes, there's no guarantee that changing the helm will improve immediately, but this type of performance isn't new, not just this season.
Well, this is new.
We've really looked better.
5-0 is...
We've really looked better without Pogba.
I don't think that's true. We've just not had the ball. Liverpool have just stopped trying to score, haven't they?
We've looked better. We've looked more structured, 3 at the back.
Yeah, that's true. But again, Liverpool aren't really trying to score. They're just passing it about, aren't they?
Just keep
the ball. They just everyone's just waiting for the game to end. Liverpool are, United are.
Wouldn't mind turning it up a touch again when the final whistle goes.
Be no one there to fucking hear it. No one there to say out. Never mind.
Do.
Stretford end still singing.
Yeah,
behind.
that's good to see. I think you've got to, haven't you? If you're there, you're singing.
Fair play.
Got to get behind the team no matter what. Corner. Tomine just wins it and sort of They're going to concede again here if they're not careful.
He's frighteningly good, Salah.
Yeah, he is. Don't you touch it.
Through on goal there again, Liverpool. Curtis Jones can't shoot.
Aaron Maguire does well getting back in the end. It's just Salah's goals, like,
Watch out.
He didn't even flinch, did he?
It's just fucking hell. Just little stuff like that. We're not telling Fred that Thingy's on his way. Curtis Jones is on his way. Oh.
It's one of them where Klopp comes out afterwards and says how well we played and stuff, innit? Just to be a twat.
Oh, yeah.
Defends United and gives it all that shit. He's a right dickhead for stuff like that.
Hey, head down. Yeah. It's a defeated squad. They need someone else to come in and look after him. Management needs a relook. It must have been a hard defeat to take in the Europa League to such circumstances as well. Let's not forget. Bloody penalties, De Gea missing. Have we ever recovered from it? We had a great start, but it was against Leeds, 5-1, and we've had little shimmers of hope. Or maybe the cracks were just there and they've just opened wider and wider instead of healing. And a 5-0 defeat at home is going to be the one that I just think ends it. I do still think that there's a lot of passion in the lads, there's passion in the squad. I think we'll still look at Ollie as not being like, when we talk about Mourinho now, we talk about him in a bad taste, but I still think Ollie might go out with a little bit of a head held high. I know people give me shit for that, but I just think he's done quite a bit for the team. He's got a good squad there. I know he's not gone yet. He's got a good squad there. He's got us to a final. He got a second last year. So I feel like he'll leave hopefully with his head held high a bit. He'll always be a club legend for his time on the pitch as well.
Look, I think for what he's done the last few years.
And that's it. Done.
5-0.
Just before we go, Hensel Bitsy says, I don't see how Ollie changes anything. Ollie out-changes anything. Ronaldo, we needed a CDM way more. Our squad does not measure up to the rest of the top clubs. Thank you for watching. Man United 0, Liverpool 5. See you in a bit.